Shefty, let me get your number on that new phone. I got some bids that I really want to send you. You're gonna love this stuff.
These guys got my cell.
Yeah.
Jerry, you text me anytime.
Good, yeah. Let me get it. What do you want? You want me to do it on WhatsApp? You want me to do it on Signal? You just want straight SMS? I can do whatever you want, Shefty.
On today's Part of My Take, we have a tremendous twofer for the people. We have our good friend Jerry O'Connell on to get to the bottom of not only the Oscars, little Oscars preview, but also what's going on with our fantasy team. There also might be a special guest that joins us in the middle of the interview to ask Jerry a few questions about his strategy in fantasy.
The consultant,
consigliere, if you will. And then we have Sean McVay, Super Bowl winning head coach Sean McVay, good friend of the program. Great talk with him. We're going to talk. We're getting closer and closer to free agency. We got guys asking for trades. We're getting closer and closer to March Madness. We'll talk a little hoops. And we'll finish off the week with Fyre Fest of the week, as always. And it's brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Who's scoring big in the NBA this season? You are, with the all-new ways to get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. DraftKings is home of NBA player props, so you can get behind your favorite players any which way, from monster slams to dishing the rock to cleaning the glass. It's super easy for first-timers to get started. Try betting on something simple like picking an NBA player prop. Here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers. Get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Every point counts. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Friday, March 7th, and we're getting closer and closer to NFL free agency. Boys, we've got a lot of movement. Joey Bosa cut. DK Metcalf wants out.
he does.
I don't know where we want to start. You know what? Let's start with Joey Bosa because we have Memes got his wisdom teeth pulled. So we have Shane in the booth. Joey Bosa cut. I think people expected it. The Chargers are going to save $25 million. But it is the end of an era because Joey Bosa is the last Charger to have played in San Diego.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yes.
So, it's over. No more San Diego Chargers. But I heard rumors that he might want to go up to the Bay, play with his brother.
Ooh, the Bosa brothers together. He also, it'll be interesting to where he goes because he's said himself, he's like, I don't have a lot of time left because, he's dealt with injuries. But he is, would you say, Shane, an all-time Charger? Oh, he's going to say, he's not even turning on the mic. He's so upset about this.
Press the button, Shane.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
All-time Charger.
5-time Pro Bowler, yeah.
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
Did you know this was coming?
What a resume.
I think his cap hit was $36 million this year.
Oh, Hank.
Hank just goes after whoever is in that seat.
Hank.
He just said, what a resume.
What a resume.
So is there anything else to his resume that you'd like to add to impress Hank? He was Rookie of the Year, 5-time Pro Bowler.
Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay, you already said that.
Yeah, well, that's like his
5-time Pro
a lot
Bowler.
of injuries. I mean, it's bound to happen. But
Okay, a lot of injuries.
Yeah. I mean,
All
not
time.
really.
All time.
I mean, it's the Chargers, man. We have nothing.
Ring of Honor?
I mean, doubt it, but
Okay.
I think you're dismissing the 5-time Pro Bowler, Hank.
5-time Pro Bowler.
Everyone makes the Pro Bowl.
I mean, it's the Chargers. Like, it's not like we're like a notable franchise in the history of the NFL.
That's true.
One Super Bowl appearance, we got blown out by like 35 points.
It's true. Facts.
You're sad to see him go, obviously, but you knew it was happening.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's sad because like right when I was getting into football, like for the most part, I could start watching Chargers games. Was like his rookie season, so it's kind of like sad to see him go, but he just hasn't been healthy. Costs way too much money. It's bound to happen.
Okay. All right. So it wasn't. It's not shocking in the fact that I think we all expected. It's more shocking that there's just another piece that is out there right now. And will he go to a contender? Will he try to take top dollar?
I think he's at the point in his career where he wants to win something. Right?
I'd agree.
So he's gotten paid a shitload of money.
Yeah.
And I feel like he will probably sign somewhere for maybe less than the open market might necessarily dictate.
Maybe one of his college coaches.
Maybe Vrabel.
Did Vrabel coach him in college? Yeah. Oh, you've already connected the dots.
Mm-hmm. Have you been working on the Bosa shrug?
What is that?
Can you do the shrug?
He does that. Shrug. Wait.
There you go. That's good.
Shane, sorry. You're shaking your head. No?
After all the shit you just gave him for being like an all-time Charger, you want him on the Patriots?
Yeah.
That's a good point. You did.
You want a 5-time Pro Bowler?
He's devaluing him in the open market.
Yes.
That was smart by Hank.
I just again I'm spoiled with greatness. So it's like when you talk about all-time players of a franchise, 5-time Pro Bowler, Rookie of the Year is not exactly all-time. It's just a good, solid player.
This is very smart by Hank right now.
Yeah. You'll at this point I guess you would take him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other big news is DK Metcalf wants out.
He wants out. He wants to go to a contender too, I think, and he also wants a new contract. I have a place that I would like to see DK.
Okay. Don't say the Packers.
I'm not going to say the Packers. I personally would like to see DK on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. Him and George.
Him and
Pickens.
Georgie out there together.
What would the analytics look like if you're in the Steelers front office? You have to basically like write in a certain amount of penalty yards per game between the two of them.
Yeah, you have to have it's a personality type thing. You have to be like borderline personality disorder. I don't think DK necessarily he's not a complete psycho, but he goes up to that line because he plays with a lot of aggression.
Right.
I think he's like a good mentally healthy version of George Pickens.
Yes. So do we have any idea where he might where's he rumored? I know the Packers.
Everywhere.
I did see the Packers
the Patriots have inquired about him. Hank, would you want DK? What's his resume? 2-time Pro Bowler? 3-time?
He's under contract now, so he would. You'd have to trade picks.
Probably first or third.
Yeah.
Maybe a second and a third for DK.
I would like DK on the Patriots for sure.
Yeah.
So
I think most teams should want him. He's a very good player.
DraftKings
He can't
odds
turn, but he's a great player.
Yeah, DraftKings odds have him DK Metcalf next team 3-1 Seahawks, 3-1 Chargers. That would be interesting. Yeah, that would be a great weapon for Justin Herbert. 3.5 to 1 plus 350 to the Patriots, plus 550 to the Texans, and plus 700 to the Raiders. He does feel like a Raider.
He feels like a Raider. He looked good in the Raider uniform
does
too.
feel like a
I think
Raider.
he'd also look good in a Bills uniform. I think the Bills should want DK too. I did text DK when the news broke, and I just said, "Hey DK, I dare you to go to the Commanders."
And what'd he say?
You won't. And then he just didn't reply.
Okay. Well, that's not a no.
But now I double dog dare him.
Yeah, that's not a no.
Balls in your court, DK.
The Bears made a couple moves, interior line. Not sexy, but needed.
I like
very much needed. Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson, very much needed. So flexibility maybe going into the draft where they don't have to they can take best player available.
Fun fact about Joe Tooney. Did you know that he finished in the top 10 in Offensive Player of the Year last year?
I did not. He also won team MVP for the Chiefs.
That's really?
Yes.
That's going to be a chip on the shoulder for Mahomes next year.
But yeah, he's older, but this is also like the Jonah Jackson's a 6th-rounder. You're not going to get a 6th-rounder that can play guard right away.
And he got moved to center last year.
Yeah.
And then he wasn't great at center, and by the time they got healthier at the guard, he lost his spot.
And Joe Tooney's similar. He got moved to tackle out of position. He's
Yeah.
going to go back to guard. So yeah, I'm happy that the Bears are addressing the offensive line as quickly as possible so that they can have a little flexibility when it comes to draft time and free agency when it comes.
I think it's smart.
Yeah. All right. What other? I saw Deshaun Watson restructure his deal again. That was actually the headline.
Yeah.
On ESPN said Deshaun Watson restructures deal again.
Yeah.
That again carries so much weight.
Yeah, it's the worst contract maybe in the history of sports.
Yeah.
I think it's probably up there, right?
I would say so.
And he restructured again. I think it helps them spend more money right now. They're going to end up paying him the $230 million, all of it. The Browns are going to have to pay that to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Deshaun Watson, good guy, team player.
Team player taking a little pay cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly what's happening.
Got
Hank,
converted to a bonus.
what's on your mind, Hank? Peyton Pritchard going off?
Peyton Pritchard going off.
What was that? How many score?
He had 40. Derek White had 40. Celtics players out. Doesn't matter. They got their whole team out against the Sixers.
Didn't matter.
It's tonight.
Oh, it's tonight.
But it didn't matter.
Oh. Yeah, by the way, and last night in sports, Brady Tkachuk did score for us within 2 minutes.
He did, yeah.
I took my son to the game, and I was like, that guy scored for you.
He's the best.
And he was just like, what? He didn't care.
Absolute beauty.
Yeah.
The Sixers team also is also all out, by the way.
Well, who's out?
Embiid.
Well, that doesn't
Embiid
count.
is out.
That doesn't
Maxey is
count.
out. Paul George, questionable, will probably play. But let's not be like, oh, yeah, our whole team's out. We're still going to beat the Sixers, whose team is also still out.
But his team's out. Your
Yeah,
team
I
has
don't
been.
know what he-
Max, difference
yeah.
is when the Celtics are all out, they're still all in.
What?
Yeah.
What he said made sense.
Cooper Flag.
Cooper Flag.
How upset would you be if the Sixers got Cooper Flag?
I would probably murder you.
That's fair.
No, you can't
Yeah.
get Cooper Flag because you said
Yeah, you
on
did
this
say
program that I'm out. I'm removing
did.
myself from Cooper Flag consideration. I did see something very mean from friend of the program, Andy Staples.
Okay.
Andy might not be friend of the program anymore.
Uh-oh.
He said if I was Cooper Flag and the Wizards or the Hornets got the number 1 overall pick, I'd go back to college.
Oh.
And then I thought about it, and he's not wrong, but it hurt for me to hear him say that.
Still an insult.
It's still an insult. If I was Cooper Flag, I would play for the Wizards myself if they got the first overall pick. But in the NIL
but
era,
you love ball.
I do love ball. He can go back to Duke, make some decent money at Duke for
I would
another
say
season,
pretty damn good
and then
money.
go back to the NBA draft when a team that isn't the Hornets or the Wizards has the number 1 overall pick. It was mean for him to put that out there.
Yeah.
I know it's a possibility technically in the back of my head, but it's still mean for Andy to put that out there on a national sports podcast.
Also, you can't really time when bad teams will probably be the first pick for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why they're bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could time it where it's like there's crazy lottery ball luck and a Sixers. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pops up.
And if the Clippers were to, they're not going to get it, but if the Clippers were to get the number 1 overall pick, I believe it would go to the Thunder, who then could add
That would be
Cooper
incredible.
Flag to their roster.
That
Those would be a good
incredible.
one. Big market.
Yeah. I think the Bulls are going to make the playoffs. They just can't. Everyone else just keeps losing along with them. They lose, but everyone else loses. It's crazy. This is where the 10th seed in the NBA, the play-in game, is so stupid. The Bulls are the 10th seed right now. They're 24-38. They're not a good basketball team. It works a little in the West where you have some decent teams in that play-in range, but in the East it's like none of these teams are. The Hawks are not good. Like just get rid of it.
Some breaking moves.
Oh, breaking moves. Christian Kirk to the Texans.
The Jaguars are sending Christian Kirk to the Texans. I feel like the Texans should just get every receiver this year.
Why not? Tank Dell has had another surgery, so that feels like it's going to take a while.
I think he just had the ACL. He had the maybe PCL and MCL already done.
Yeah, he had to have another. Yeah.
So the second surgery just happened, and Diggs not coming back most likely. He's a free agent too, right?
Yeah.
Diggs.
Yeah.
So they should just get every receiver. They should get DK, get Christian Kirk, get everybody. Also today,
I feel like Christian Kirk, by the way, just real quick with him, he's an all-time. His name, but like if he's your number 1 receiver, if he's part of your big plan, you're in trouble.
I think the Jaguars' move with him was to pay him like a number 1 receiver in hopes that he would perform like a number 1
He'd be like,
receiver.
"Oh shit, I guess I am."
Yeah, usually that doesn't work.
But if Christian Kirk is the first 2 names that you say for your receiving core, it doesn't feel like it's going to go
You're
well.
in trouble. Yeah, I think he might have been on our fantasy team last year.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
Also, Trey Hendrickson has been granted permission to seek a trade by the Bengals.
So that might be their money issues.
So he led the NFL in sacks last year, right?
Yep.
Doesn't wear gloves.
Yep.
Is a badass.
Yep.
I feel like there will be a lot of interest in him.
Sam Hubbard also retired.
He retired.
Incredible career.
Thank you for your service, Sam.
Pretty damn cool to play for one team, one Jersey guy from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati
Pretty damn cool.
lifer.
Yeah. Trey Hendrickson. So there's some pass rushers out there.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack is out there. Myles Garrett, obviously. Bosa. There's some pass rushers out there. Damn. Do you guys want to talk a little college ball real quick? Joe Lunardi took 2 days off this week.
That's nice.
Just an updater.
Hank, what do you think about that?
Took 2 days off.
Whatever brings you peace, man.
Bracketology. We need the bracketology every single day. The minute there is an update in the games, we need a new bracket. So this is the most recent one. Right now he has last four in San Diego State, Indiana, Boise State, and Xavier. Xavier's been hot. First 4 out, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Texas, Nebraska. Oklahoma had a big win against Mizzou. And Villanova has been dumped to the next, not even next 4 out, just the next.
The next 4
No,
out.
they're out.
Are they first 4 into the NIT?
I don't care. It's in the long run. It's good.
Oh, because Kyle Neptune's going to get fired?
Great guy.
Great guy.
Great guy.
Kyle Neptune is out. Are you first reporting it?
Great guy. Great guy. But yeah, he's got to go.
He's got to go. I feel bad for Providence fans. They are out on Kim English. That was quick. The interview never had a chance.
No. So I'm guessing Florida now 1 seed after that win?
Florida is, so right now his 1 seeds are Houston, Duke, Florida, and Auburn. And then the 2 seeds, Michigan State, Texas Tech, Alabama, and Tennessee. 3 seeds, St. John's, Wisconsin, Iowa State, and Texas A&M.
3 seed.
Yeah, no, we've been in that 3-2-3 range. I mean, if we have Penn State to finish the regular season. If we went to the Big Ten championship game, there'd be a chance maybe to get back up to a 2 seed. We were at a 2 seed for a little bit there, then lost to Michigan State. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for March Madness.
12-0.
Yeah, about that. Well, 12-0 as of this taping. We don't know what happens tonight, so it could be really sad even talking about it. But still staying on the sidelines?
I'm still staying on the sidelines. The bigger picture, and this is where I said earlier, like this is gonna sound mean. I'm not sure.
I'm sure this will sound mean.
You're only doing 1 game a night. I don't want to be an asshole and just.
Well, I've done
Well, no, I know.
I did
now,
Saturday
currently,
at 7.
Currently.
I did 2 on Tuesday. Tonight is a very light board. There's only a couple Power 5 conferences.
And I'm not saying I'm going to do this, but in the position that I'm in, or in a position that a fader might be in, thinking bigger picture, it's not about going till you lose 1. It's like maybe starting next week and just everything.
Everything.
Here's where it concerns me.
But I might not release everything.
That's fucked up.
Well, why? Because I'm protecting myself against guys like you. I might just release 1 pick. I might bet everything, but I might release 1 pick.
What concerns me is the fact that Big Cat doesn't have somebody that he's going against right now.
No, I am. I'm still going against him.
But he is not betting against you.
No, but again, we talked about this last show. I'm still going against the idea of Hank.
Okay.
Hank stands for.
But I feel like you're more powerful.
Like, I want you to go
when you have an
15-0.
actual enemy. When you have somebody.
I've been going against Hank this entire time.
I want you to get to 15-0 and then maybe fade you for your next 15 to 30.
It is crazy. I've never had a run like this.
Because that's where the odds are at. It's not just 1 game.
I've never had a run like this. 12 in a row is insane.
It's impressive. Very impressive.
It's my brain is just pulsating because it's been so smart recently. Again, this might sound really stupid if the Iowa Michigan State over doesn't hit.
So have you done any of
Picking
your
Iowa
12-0 on
Iowa basketball?
Before?
Oh, hold on one second.
Okay,
I want to
my
hear
bad.
what
Here we
I
go.
want to hear what you say, but that was crazy. That's a non-ball knower. Iowa basketball. Now this year they've had trouble hitting the 3 recently. Iowa basketball was like the best over ever for the last decade. All they do is chuck. Their defense sucks, so they have hit a lot of overs this year. Sorry, PFD. That was a non-ball knower check.
It's okay. He was just going with the vibes of the university.
He was thinking of Iowa football, which Iowa football I think was like 10-3 to the over this year.
Well, that's because the over had adjusted down to like 29 points a game.
But an over is an over. It hit the over.
Over.
True.
This is just a
Hand up.
non-ball knower over here. We got a casual. Yep. Hey. Yep. Get the
Exposed.
guns up. Bang. Bang. You shouldn't even participate in March Madness.
So yeah, my thing is like, have you made picks with an empty slate? Because I feel like you would not be giving out a pick necessarily tonight if you weren't 12-0 right now.
I did like this over. I went to the lab this morning when I got to the office. I did like it regardless. But yeah, I mean, I can't. You can't be like, oh, no pick tonight.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I mean, that would build the anticipation for the next pick so much.
It would, but there would be a coward's way out to be like, oh, I can get, because I could say no picks for the rest of March. I never lost in March. Come on, you could do that. You got to step up to the plate.
Undefeated in March.
If I get to Saturday, there'll be multiple picks, and that's probably where Hank will jump against me. What were you gonna say, Max?
Is Dave hopping on tonight?
Dave might be hopping on
Have you
tonight.
spoken to him like offline about
I
this?
have. He said, I'm so mad at your run because he hasn't bet any of it. And
Are you
Elio's been
worried
hot
about
too.
him hopping on?
No, I think the way my brain's working has been the more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Okay.
It's for the people. I'm fighting for the people. The more the merrier.
So just to recap, your enemy right now is the possibility that Hank wants you to lose.
It's Henry Lockwood and everything he stands for
Okay.
as a person. Nothing
Okay.
personal, but as a person.
Okay.
It's everything he stands for.
All right.
That's what gets me up in the morning. That's what gets me out of bed.
I respect it.
Is just Hank. Because, you just heard him. Iowa over. He didn't know shit.
Well, Hank lives to hate. Seeing him go at Shane right off the bat was wild.
Wild.
He's just like, whoever's in that chair, I'm attacking.
Yeah. Poor Memes. Got his wisdom teeth out at the ripe age of 30.
Have you had yours out?
Yeah. When I was 16, like everyone else.
I still have not had mine out.
Do they hurt?
7 years ago in New York, I had one day where my mouth just blew up. I went to the dentist, and then he gave me the x-ray. He's like, yeah, we got to get all 4 of these out. So I went home, and he told me, call him back. We're going to schedule an appointment. I simply did not make that call, and it just went away.
That's smart.
So I think I'm good. I think
body's
getting your wisdom
strong.
teeth out is a racket.
Yeah. Did you get yours out?
No.
Did anyone in it? Max and Shane, you got yours out.
I got mine out in high school.
Yeah. You got yours out, Shane?
Yep.
Do people still get their tonsils out?
Yeah, if they get infected.
Oh.
I still got mine.
Oh, you got yours out, Shane? Shane, are you a low-key sick boy?
I got strep throat 3 times in 6 weeks.
Oh,
Shane is sick every other week.
You're a low-key sick boy? I didn't know that about you.
No tonsil gang.
Wow.
I got all my original body parts. I'm in mint condition right now.
I have no appendix either.
What?
Yeah.
That burst?
Almost. On death's doorstep.
Do you ever
Can you
think
drink milk?
I can, but
You-
You don't. You choose not to.
Shane, do you ever think what you just described, wisdom teeth, appendix, tonsils, sick all the time, thank God you were born when you were born, because if you were born, 200 years ago, you would have been a dead baby?
yeah. I think Max is also overreacting. I've just been, it's the Chicago thing. Since I moved to Chicago, I've been getting sick.
At least once a month.
You're allergic
At least
to-
once a month. I have to just be like, Shane, go home.
Oh,
I've had to go to the doctors and stuff. They don't know what's going on.
How's Max as a boss?
He's a fantastic boss.
Okay. Because we know Memes' answer would
Max
be
is holding
different.
He's
gun.
Yeah.
3 feet away from
Nah.
me.
Yeah. If Max was not in the room, what would your answer be? Max earmuffs.
Max not listening. How's Max as a boss?
Max is a fantastic boss.
Okay. Okay. Why are you holding up a sign saying "Help me"?
I may as well be.
All right. What else? Do we have anything else? Oh, J.J. Watt doesn't have to go back to the NFL,
Yeah, they got scored on.
Congrats.
They gave up the clean sheet, so yeah.
and they won the game. So it was a perfect ending for him, where it was a great storyline, very fun, and then doesn't have to go back to the NFL.
Bengals fans would have been pumped. It would have taken the sting off the Trey Hendrickson thing a little bit.
He
It
did.
was like, maybe I'll get JJ.
He did tell me that he was because I reached out to him. I was like, dude, this is not the same as the pinky bet, but similar, where it's like, this can't happen. And I was like, are you actually getting ready for this? And he said he had changed his diet and workout routine slightly because it was getting farther and farther down the line.
That was like step one on the checklist.
Yeah.
Of something that he'll have to in the future. I would have just said fuck it and kept doing my thing until it was time to actually go to training camp.
And then just not make the team.
And then just sucked, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's built different. I was wondering this about J.J. Watt because he's a guy that retired and then all of a sudden he got to enjoy himself a little bit, enjoy the fruits of his labor, travel the world a little bit. He started drinking some beer after he retired. Do you think that a guy as big as J.J. is, he probably didn't drink much while he was in the league? Do you think he had a high or low tolerance when he quit?
Wisconsin.
Yeah, in the blood.
He's got it. J.J. Watt can drink.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess he can drink.
I think now he can. I just don't know. Like right after you retire, you're built like a tank.
But Wisconsin.
But do you have like 2 beers and then you're like, oh fuck?
Yeah, I think that just Wisconsin carries through for him.
Yeah.
There, where it's just like he could just still drink like a tank. Be like, oh, first time I'm trying this stuff. Mm-hmm. I could drink 100 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Wisconsin. All right. Anything else before we get to our awesome interviews? I'm trying to think. Is there any other news that we missed?
There's some drama.
Oh, tell us the drama.
It's Eagles drama.
Oh.
National Sports Podcast.
Yep. I cannot say it.
No, I
there is
would
drama.
like to hear it.
There's 3 players that are involved. 2 of them, if I gave you 3 guesses, I think you could get 2 of them.
AJ Brown.
That's one.
Okay.
CD Deuce.
That's the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, then there's a third, which is Darius Slay.
Okay.
Darius Slay went on a podcast.
He got cut.
He got cut. They're trying to maybe him rework his contract and him come back eventually. But as of right now, he is cut. He went on a podcast and they asked who's going to be the leader in the locker room, in the defensive back room, since he's out. And he was like, I think Reed Blankenship is going to be the leader in that room, or they're going to bring in an old guy to replace me as leadership. CD took offense to that. Went on a tweet spree where it didn't make a ton of sense.
Okay.
Oh, did you pull it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically went on a tweet spree, subtweeting, doing GIFs, everything but CD needs a little chip on his shoulder to play well.
Yeah.
And after winning a Super Bowl, it's hard to get that chip on his shoulder. This is one to get a chip on his shoulder. And then the AJ Brown aspect, that same podcast, Devontae Smith, somebody asked if Darius Slay thought that prime Devontae Smith or prime OBJ was a better receiver. And Darius Slay said OBJ, and like an Eagles fan was like, damn, Darius Slay throwing shade at Smitty. And then AJ Brown got mad at that Eagles fan for saying
Odell Beckham was better in his prime.
Correct.
In his prime was that catch. It's very rare that you can pinpoint a man's actual prime. It was in that moment, and it was maybe the best prime of all time.
Yeah. His Odell Beckham's first, I want to say, 5 years in the league were insane. And yeah, you're right. That was like the moment that was like, oh shit.
Yeah, if you make a play like that, it's awesome. But it also, if it were me, it would kind of suck because I'd be like, fuck, I'm never going to get better than that.
Yeah.
That's it. Like Saquon Barkley, is he going to do better than that backwards hurdle?
Probably not.
Or is he past his prime?
I don't know. He had a couple pretty sick plays after that this year.
He did.
Odell Beckham, yeah, so he got injured in his 4th year. His first 3 years in the league, 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Pretty damn good. And over 90 catches in all 3 of those years. But yeah, prime Odell was I just like envision Odell just taking a slant to the house.
Yeah.
Prime Odell.
Yep.
Like a 5-yard slant, and just everyone just is in the dust. Okay, that was good National Sports Podcast. Anything else? Anything in the NBA?
Max, what do you think they're going to do?
Good question.
What do you mean?
Who's going to be the leader in that locker room?
I think
Big Dom.
Yeah, Big Dom.
Well, no, in the
Good answer.
defensive back room. That's what the question was, right?
I think there can be co-leaders. I don't think there needs to be one certain guy.
You need to have a leader.
No, but people lead in different ways. I think that like CD is like going to be a vocal leader. He's always going to have someone's back in the locker in a scrum. And I don't know. I think Reed Blankenship will also be a leader.
Oh, okay.
Co-leaders.
Really well said.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
Like Elon and
I was trying to
Vivek.
think of-
They were co-leaders, and they got along real well.
Eli and who?
Elon.
Elon and Vivek.
Who's Vivek?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know who
Ramaswamy.
Vivek is.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, there could be co-leaders.
He's a dude who you probably haven't seen him for a while because he basically did a tweet that was like American culture sucks, and then everyone's like, boo this guy.
And we all said boo.
We all were like, boo, dude.
He got booed out of politics.
Fuck you, dude. Get out of here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. America rocks. All right. Let's get to our interviews. We have Jerry O'Connell with a very special guest joining in with him to maybe ask a few questions. And then we have Sean McVay, awesome interview with Sean McVay, and we'll finish off with Fyre Fest. Okay, before we get to Jerry O'Connell, we are brought to you by our friends at Truly. Truly Unruly is the first high ABV hard seltzer that actually tastes good. Truly Unruly is a hard seltzer that breaks all the rules, drinks light, parties hard. With 8% ABV, it hits hard but still tastes amazing. Comes in 4 fresh flavors: tropical twist, berry blast, citrus crush, strawberry smash. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Find Truly Unruly at a store near you or visit trulyhardseltzer.com. The weather's starting to turn. It's going to be an unruly summer. We're going to get our Trulies. We're going to hit the golf course. We're going to hit the beach. We're going to hit the backyard barbecue, all with Truly Unruly. 8% ABV. It hits hard, but still tastes amazing. I'm a strawberry smash guy. PFT, your citrus crush.
I like the Berry Blast.
Berry Blast. No, Hank, you are Citrus Crush.
Love Citrus Crush.
So go check it out right now. Delicious, delicious drink, and it's 8% ABV. So you can get unruly with Truly, the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. We're also brought to you by our friends at No Bull. No Bull is a footwear brand for training and for daily life, built to support you in your pursuit of physical, mental, and emotional strength. No Bull is known for their best-in-class, award-winning footwear with options across training and lifestyle. No Bull has options for everyone. No Bull celebrates a no-bullshit approach to wellness. No Bull is about being a work in progress and embracing the constant evolution to being better. This job is never done. The job is never done when you have the people at No Bull. We have their shoes, super, super comfortable, great athletic shoes. So go check them out right now. They have all types of wear, and exclusively for Pardon My Take listeners, No Bull is offering 30% off your order. Visit nobullproject.com/PMT for 30% off your entire order. That's www.nobullproject.com/PMT for 30% off. No Bull is it. Go get them right now. You will not be disappointed with the shoes. I'm telling you, they're super, super comfortable, lightweight, awesome shoes. So nobullproject.com/PMT for 30% off. Okay, here he is, Jerry O'Connell. Okay, we now welcome on our very, very, very good friend, our fantasy football owner and Hollywood A-lister. It's Jerry O'Connell. We figured this would be a perfect time to have you on to do a little Oscars preview because our listeners love movies and they want to know what's going to happen at the Oscars. So let's dive into it. Do you have who's going to win Best Picture?
Guys, why'd you call this meeting? Why are you calling me? Like, what do you want? What do you want to talk about? You want to get the
Oscars?
We saw you on TV, and you look great, Jerry. I don't know. Who were you wearing?
Yeah, thank you. I was wearing John Barbados. I mean, I don't judge people physically. You guys know that about me. But Demi Moore was very attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you know who was very attractive? I don't judge people physically, but if I did, like, this is who I would say was attractive. I thought Nikki Glaser, who I saw, was a beautiful woman.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
Very beautiful. Where did they put you at the Oscars? Where do you sit?
So I wasn't inside the building. I was outside the building.
What?
Yeah, it was. I was working the red carpet for Live with Kelly and Mark. It's a syndicated morning talk show, not sports related.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just basically had to sit on the red carpet and be like, Mr. Lithgow, would you like to come and talk to me? It's for Live with Kelly and Mark. Mr. Lithgow, Mindy Kaling, will you come and say hi to us? And then they edit all the interviews together and they played it the next day on Live with Kelly and Mark, which is a syndicated talk show, not sports related.
Right.
Okay.
But you did look good, Jerry, for the record. You look good at the Oscars.
Yeah, thank you.
What can we do to get you in the building, though?
Yeah,
you should be in that building.
Were you not? Were you allowed? Like, if you wanted to go in, were you allowed to go in? You just decided not to go in?
No, I think you have to be nominated for something, fellas. I mean, I'm not really working a lot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Kangaroo Jack, which I was in, is not going to get me into the Academy Awards, you know?
It should.
Stand By Me should.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was decades ago, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, right now I'm pretty much known as your fantasy manager, which I don't know. It feels like I'm not like. It feels like that is even like slipping through my fingers. Like,
what are you talking about?
I may not even have that anymore.
No, you are going to be running our team.
I listened to your interview with Schefter, and I heard you guys say, hey, maybe you can oversee Jerry when he's doing this, and I don't feel comfortable with that because I know it's going to devolve into me talking to Dylan Schefter, his daughter, and asking her, who we starting today, Dylan? Ray McLeod or Pat Fryermuth? Or you're going to stick me with like the Hasselbracht brothers, Tim and the other one, and it's going to be like, hey, what's up? Hey, Hasselbacks, come on, we got to set our lineups. Who we starting? Adunze or Tank Dell? Need an answer.
Yeah.
I know everyone who's going to come on. No. I know everyone because you called this meeting, so now I'm going to talk. Everyone who comes on, you're going to be like, hey, what's up? Wendy Nix, should we go with Disley or Thielen? What are you feeling? I don't. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to do it.
Jerry, we barely even know Schefter.
Hey, Joy Taylor, should we go with Kincaid or Zacchaeus?
What? But Jerry,
sorry, what were you saying?
We have Schefter on once a year.
We barely know the man.
We have him on at the combine once a year. Yeah, there was a conversation had, but if you remember, Schefter seemed lukewarm on the idea. Seemed like he didn't really understand what he was getting into. So it's like, hey, all right, this probably won't work out.
If you fucking stick me, hold on a second. If you stick me with Darren Ravel, I swear to you,
I would never. No.
I would never.
No. I would never. Ever.
I could see you guys doing that as like a bit,
No.
Hey,
no.
Tony Reale, Jerry O, got to set our lineups. Fant or Hawkinson, Tony? Need an answer.
Listen, Jerry, Adam is a great guest on the show. I don't even think that he's interested in the position. I don't think that you'll hear from Adam Schefter. I don't think that he's a threat to your job. I think that you actually showed us a lot about how seriously you were taking it.
Yeah.
Now, if Adam Schefter did decide that he wanted to be part of it, we'd have to have that conversation.
We have to talk to him or if someone else.
But it seems like he does not give a shit about this, and he's sick of doing fantasy football, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. We were mostly just doing that to scare you. I think Adam is not a threat. I don't think you'll hear from him.
Okay. Hey, chicken fry, it's Jerry O. we gonna take a swing on Noah Gray today?
All right, wait. So Jerry,
need an answer, chicken fry.
Jerry, I do have questions about the Oscars. I feel like you dismissed our interest in the Oscars. Who was the best? Who's the best interview you had?
I mean, they're all. It's like pretty mainstream media stuff. Just like, hey, are you nervous? Nothing really spectacular, nothing fire like you guys. I do have to say, when you guys were talking to Schefter and he started talking about the death list, my God, that was...
So you like him?
That was laugh out loud funny stuff.
Yeah, so you like
I do
Schefter.
like him, but I just... By the way, what are the legalities of him giving me inside information?
I don't think there are any. I think that's what was so attractive about Adam Schefter in this position is because he's got the inside info. I don't think that there's any rules that govern insider trading.
Yeah. I think the biggest issue that we have right now in this relationship is that you are taking our want to make a better organization like as a personal slight when really we're just trying to get better. Wait, what's the issue? Max just said Jerry's internet may be a problem. Uh-oh. Are we not recording it?
No, I mean, we're recording it. It's the Riverside. I've never seen it. It says 0 out of 0.
0 out of 0 uploaded, Jerry?
Zero.
Can you go to somewhere where there's Wi-Fi?
Jerry, is this the kind of internet that you deal with on a regular basis when you're on the clock?
This is not good. This is not good for you.
Wait, let me just try something here.
Hop on that Wi-Fi.
Let me just try something.
If Jerry's doing the draft, God forbid, and he runs into this situation.
I don't know if it's an Android thing.
Jerry,
that's right.
Is it an Android thing?
Green bubble.
Is that better, fellas?
Seems like it might be. I don't know. Max, is that better?
No.
So what do you want?
You just
put this camera. What do you?
Jerry O Fantasy Man is his name.
That's a nice name that you have there.
Maybe stop and just. I just.
You want to see if it will upload if we stop?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna stop recording real quick for a second. Okay, so we cut out for a second there because Jerry's on an Android and doesn't have great Wi-Fi, which is not great for our fantasy team. But we were going to talk more Oscars.
Yeah, more Oscars.
Schefter has an old iPhone.
Well, not anymore. He actually upgraded to the iPhone 16. If you heard the interview.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
All right, so Oscars, Jerry. What did you think of?
I will work with Tiffany. I will work with Tiffany Gomez.
Okay.
Noted.
That would be fun.
Okay.
Hey, Tiff, what's up? Hey, Cordell Patterson or Mostert, Tiff? What are you feeling?
All right.
How
So
are you?
so you're saying that we can contact Tiffany Gomez and put her in charge of you?
No. Actually, that was a joke. Don't do it. I'm like attempting to stay married. I don't want to have a relationship with Tiffany Gomez. I'm a fan of hers. I am a fan of hers from afar. Hey guys, I'm not even joking. Like really, like trouble in like with marriages. Like no Tiffany Gomez,
Okay.
please.
All
like
right.
fun to be on Twitter, but let's keep it at that.
Okay, but you're the one who brought it up.
You know, guys, I gotta tell you. You know, I paid for 1/3 of that very expensive fantasy buy-in.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you recall, but my wife called into the show before the season.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to redo our driveway.
Yep.
We lost. Had to pay the 1/3. I sent Pug a picture of my driveway. What it looked like. What I drive. I think about fantasy every time I drive over this pothole in my driveway. It's not a joke. Because
that's good. That makes you hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're always going over it. And every time it like hits my car and it fucks with my suspension, I think I've got to do better.
Yeah. And again, I know we kind of cut out there for a second, but all we're trying to do is get us better as an organization, as a team. You're taking it as a personal slight, when in reality, this is all, if we're popping champagne week 17 next year and Ian Rappaport or Schefter or Tiffany Gomez is in the middle management role, will the champagne taste any like less sweet? I don't think so.
Yeah, it will. I just don't feel like having to talk to Teddy Bruschi every Sunday morning and asking him to set the lineups because you guys took access away from me to set lineups. I just don't do it to me, guys. Just don't, you know what? I actually looked up some stuff. Okay, I'm gonna give you some stats here.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
The 2001 Bears.
Okay.
2001 Bears. 2000 Bears only had 5 wins.
Mm-hmm.
2001 Bears had 13 wins. Stuck with Coach Duran.
Yeah.
Coach Duran.
R.I.P.
Right?
Just passed away.
Rest in peace.
Yes. Prayers for DeMar.
Wow. Urlacher. Remember them? Urlacher, all them. It was a good team. But they stuck with their organization and they turned it around. 2004 Chargers. I know because I had season tickets. Coach Schottenheimer. 2003, 3 wins. 2004, 12 wins. Won the AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
They stuck with the system. Well, who else had big turnarounds? 2019 Packers. 3-win season, 2018. 13-win season, 2019.
They fired Mike McCarthy.
Oh, but I think
they turned it around.
I'm seeing that. So that was LaFleur's first season. All right. Well, forget about that. Forget about the 2019 Packers.
Okay.
2008 Ravens. 2007 they only had 5 wins. 2008. Oh fuck. Brian Billick was
they fired him.
Yeah.
2008 is when. Okay. 2010. Okay. Niners. 2010. 6 wins. 2011. 13 wins. Same coach.
Was that Harbaugh? Was that when they brought Harbaugh in?
I think Harbaugh was started coaching there in 2011, so I think that one plays.
Okay. Just forget about the 2004 Chargers had a great turnaround, you know? Guys, just cut that part out that I said about the
We'll try.
Niners and all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, we'll cut that part out for sure. The Packers.
Jerry, the difference is like, when was the last time you won a championship?
Good question.
It was older. It was a little while ago. It was a league that I forgot about. I didn't even set the lineups. It was like it auto did it for me, and they let me know that I won. I forgot that I was in the league.
And so every day you drive over the pothole, and it reminds you that you have not won a championship in over 10 years.
Yeah, about that.
Jerry, who are you going to lunch with today?
I'm going out with my buddy Colton Dunn. How did you know that? I guess I told you.
Yeah, you told me you have a lunch at 1:00. I was just curious.
A really funny actor, Colton Dunn.
Okay.
Look him up. Nice guy. He's actually from the Wisconsin area. He's a Packers fan. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm trying to.
No, Colton Dunn.
Stay your fantasy
I'm looking
owner.
I'm looking him up. All right, Jerry, when you were on the red carpet, were there any directors or Hollywood bigwigs that were like, "Oh shit, we got to get Jerry"? Like, do you think maybe we're going to get a big? Because you should win an Oscar.
I met Ben Stiller. I was talking to him.
Oh, could you get in Severance?
I gotta tell you, I'm mostly known for your show these days, and not a lot of AWLs in the Academy.
Not a single person was like, "Hey, good job." Well, not good job because you didn't win a championship, but like you did. I saw you tried.
You guys are being so rude. You guys are being rude. I gotta tell you, I can only take so much, guys.
All right,
it's fair. It's fair.
I can only take so much.
Jerry, it's fair. We don't relish putting you down. We don't, because you care very deeply about the fantasy team, which is why it was a little bit puzzling that you were so averse to having anybody else help. Like Big Cat and I, we love this fantasy team.
Mm-hmm.
We live it, we breathe it, we sleep it. Ever since the start of the show, it was our baby, and we cared so much about it that we wanted to bring somebody else, you, in to help us to win a championship. And it's a little disheartening that you don't have that same. It feels like it's more about Jerry and less about the team.
Show the picture of my pothole, please.
Okay.
Show it.
We're showing the pothole. We're showing the pothole. Listen, Jerry, I wanted to have you on today because I wanted.
You see that? And by the way, it rained hard this week, and it just keeps growing. And every time I drive over that pothole, I think about us and our league. You guys are being super rude. You know what? I actually
Jerry, can I ask you
the Wi-Fi? Hold on one sec. Quick break from Jerry O'Connell. Talk to you about our friends at Chevy. Chevy has packed more capability in the Silverado Trail Boss so you can pack more fun into your weekend. Have yourself a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with the truck that says no to nothing. Tailgates, spontaneous camping trips, DIY projects, bring it on. What about a cross-country road trip? Silverado was the perfect ride for last year's Grit Week out west. Recently, they helped us give fullbacks the recognition they deserve with the Low Man Award. Well, the Silverado Trail Boss is built like a fullback. We're talking 495 pounds, a foot of torque. Hold on to your sodas, Max. Plus, the Trail Boss gives you an extra 2-inch lift, so maybe Hank can finally dunk. Silverado brings the grit, then pairs it with all the latest truck tech inside and out. The result, a truck that can do it all, then show up on Monday with a story to tell. So learn more about the Silverado Trail Boss at Chevy.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Okay, back to Jerry O'Connell.
So, Jerry, we have a guest.
Yeah.
And he had just a couple questions for you. No big deal.
Quick questions. Just quick questions. Can you see him? Do you see Schefty? Jerry?
Yeah. Hi, Shefty. How are you? I'm a huge fan,
Jerry?
Shefty.
It is my honor. Listen, these guys, they were very kind to invite me to oversee a team. And before I commit to a venture, Jerry, I just got to have some basic questions answered, if that's okay with you.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
Right?
Sure. Yeah.
So let's start out, Jerry. Communication is extremely important with fantasy football. Texting, FaceTiming, all that. Do you use Android or iPhone, Jerry?
I look. The messaging apps between the two, they now have one messaging app, so there's no more green bubbles and stuff. It's one messaging app, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter which kind of phone you use because it's all the same messaging app. And also, I prefer messaging apps that are a little more encrypted, like Signal, where everything disappears. Because if we are going to be working together, you're going to be getting some highly offensive shit coming into your inbox. I just want you to know that. So you should know, Sefty, if you have a Disney-owned phone, the mouse is going to see some pretty raunchy shit. And not just like regular shit. I'm talking hentai. We're going to get deep, Shefty. It's going to get deep. So this is something that you have to think about if you and I are going to be partners.
Good
Okay,
point.
it's
Jerry,
not just me accepting you.
I've gotten some crazy texts from some coaches with some rather profane language, so I'm used to this. But I still have saved some of those texts. I've saved some of those texts. All right, Jerry. I'm interested in the
Sure. We're familiar with email leaks. I'm talking some really dark web stuff. I'm talking stuff that's offensive. Shefty, listen to me. No. This needs to be said, PFT and Big Cat. This needs to be said, okay? And I'm sorry I'm getting angry, but since Max won the Super Bowl, he doesn't get angry anymore. So let me do it for you. You need to understand it isn't offensive stuff that's coming into your inbox. It's real dark web shit that's going to give you nightmares, Shefty. Nightmares. Okay. So get ready. That's okay. You want to talk about whether we can start Noah Gray or not, listen, whether he's going to hit a home run.
Let him ask the questions, Jerry. He's got a job to do here. Jerry, let him ask the questions.
Jerry, we got Trey Hendrickson requesting trades. We got NFL Live stuff. I got to get going here, and I got to get through this process. So let me ask you few more things, if you don't mind. I'm interested in the process that you use to determine draft rankings. Can you walk me in a very simple way through your process there?
Yes. If I were to remain in charge of the draft, our part of my Take Fantasy draft, we're going to go heavy on wide receivers in the beginning, and we're not going to pick up running backs until maybe the 4th, 5th, and 6th rounds.
Okay, good answer. Good answer.
Okay, approximately how much football would you say you watch in a given weekend?
Good question.
I'm currently married, and football is not my job. Yeah, so it used to just be like a quarter, maybe a quarter and a half a week. But since my kids got their licenses, I'm getting close to 3/4 a weekend. That includes Thursday and Monday night football. 3/4.
Jerry, we need full commitment.
I am ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of the dark web shit that I'm going to send you, but I am ashamed that I only get 3/4 of football. So
that may explain why Big Cat and PFT have not won a championship. Yeah. That may explain it right there. Okay, we believe a stable home life.
Third.
Hold on,
Jerry.
We believe a stable home life is important to our team's success. Tell me about the level of support that you have from your family in managing a team. Is everyone in your house all bought in, Jerry?
No, they don't even know. They can't stand PFT and Big Cat. They think they're strange people. I mean, like my wife, I was talking about Max, and she said, let me see a picture of this guy, and don't even get me started on the kind of reaction that had. They don't like me watching football. They don't like the sound of it. If I do watch it, it usually has to be on mute.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I got 2 more because I got to get on a TV show here. But follow up on family, Jerry. Follow up. Family is very important to me. And at times, I have my son and my daughter, who's a big fan of yours, help with my workflow. Would you have any issues if they were in contact with you, giving you direction?
And no, I love your kids. I'm very happy. Dylan, correct? That's your daughter's name?
Yeah, she's going to be very happy that you know her name. Very good, Jerry. Yeah.
Yes, I'm very excited to work with them. I think they're great. If you have any advice, I have 2 16-year-olds who are currently vaping nonstop. Let's just hope it's just nicotine. If you have any advice for that, let me know.
My Dylan's 16 and who knows what's going on. We hope and pray for the best, right? Yeah. That's all we can do, Jerry's parents, 16-year-olds. All right, my last question for you, Jerry. Have you ever, while employed as PMT team manager, spoken to a competing sports program about fantasy football strategies?
Good question.
Great question.
Okay. Now, Mr. Schefter, you understand, like, you get a lot. I'm sure you're a friendly guy who gives your phone number out. I know you have 2 phones. I have a good friend named Akbar Bajabiamila who played for the Raiders, who is now currently on Good Morning Football. And he asked me to come on. I do have to say, coming on to Pardon My Take has really increased my visibility. And a lot of people call me and ask me about coming on their podcasts and such. And it's solely because I do Pardon My Take. So So I was on Good Morning Football once, but
Yep.
I did let a Big Cat and PFT know I was going on it. He's a friend, and I didn't want to say no. I did another a podcast for my friend Adam Pally, but it was not sports related. It's about health, and I did ask PMT and Big Cat, and they said it was okay, and then threatened me with like losing my ability to set the lineups in our fantasy league.
Yeah,
Well,
that's fair.
Jerry, listen, these are just things that I wanted to just get out there in the open. I wanted you to think about them. I wanted to hear the answers myself. And now that I have them, and I appreciate your time today, we could sit back, think about things, evaluate. It's sort of like making a draft pick. You don't just make the draft pick. You put a lot of time, thought, and energy into it, and then you make the decision about who you're going to pick. Right? Same thing here.
Yeah. Hey, let me get Schefty. Let me get your number on that new phone. I got some bids that I really want to send you. You're gonna love this stuff.
These guys got my cell.
Yeah.
Jerry, you text me anytime.
Good. Yeah. Let me get it. What do you want? You want me to do it on WhatsApp? You want me to do it on Signal? You just want straight SMS? I can do whatever you want, Schefty. Whatever you want. You want to come on this team? It's gonna.
I appreciate how willing and flexible you are.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Shefty.
Thank you.
We're gonna have fun.
Yeah, I know you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Shefty.
That was
Appreciate it.
important conversation
All right,
need to be
thanks.
had.
Thank you. All right, Jerry, I think that went well.
That was. You guys ambushed me.
Oh.
That was crazy.
We wanted to see how you responded to adversity, Jerry.
What a great sport, man. What a good guy. So funny.
Yeah.
He really is. I really look forward to his interviews. I love the coach Cohen interview as well. I thought it was really interesting. Although, dude, I want you guys to answer something to me. Did you know what he was talking about when he's talking about flapjack, space side, two deep backs and all that stuff? And he started going into the jargon.
No. You just nod and you're like, yeah, that makes sense.
You hear like one word that you recognize, and you're like, yeah, I understand the whole thing.
Yeah. Just nod along.
That was exciting. That was really fun. Oh, God.
I feel like that.
Wait to send. I can't wait.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you go.
Deputy, I'm gonna send him one vid, and he's gonna say, "I'm out. I can't do this." I know exactly which one I'm gonna send him.
Jerry, what we'd like to know, because we've been talking to a lot of coaches recently, they've got a lot of acronyms. I want you to come up with an acronym that embodies kind of the spirit and the motto of what you're looking for in a team. You don't have to do it right now, but we're looking for a change of direction, maybe some fresh ideas.
I'm gonna do it right now. I know that Coach Cohen had fast, fundamental, attack, speed,
situational
tough.
masters.
That was so funny when you guys were saying that's yeah. It's 2 words, so it's really funny. I have one. My acronym is SHIT. Success, hits, intelligence, thoughtfulness. We're going to be thoughtful in who we start.
Okay.
SHIT.
Okay.
Shit.
I think the S should stand for Shefty. I thought he was. Shit. I don't know about Jerry. I don't know about you, but like Shefty had some really good pointed questions. It feels like he's diligent. That's the type of guy we want in our organization.
Yeah. It's almost as if someone like fed those questions to him. This is like the Biden administration.
Nope.
You know?
No, I think you're being a little bit paranoid.
No. There's some good things to think about. So, all right. So, Jerry, you did have a rowback poem. So let's finish with that. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase.
Hey, Big Cat, I got it. This is a rowback poem. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com, promo code TAKE. Go right now, rowback.com, promo code TAKE. Q-zip, by the way, it's a quarter zip. It's like right there. Mm-hmm. This is a poem for my fantasy owners who've been a little rude as of late. Mm-hmm. Big Cat and PFT. Mm-hmm. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. The hosts who rarely take days off. Every day is on. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. But this poem is about treating people with respect. So you ready, my paisan? Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. You hang with all the celebs, just like Colbert, Kimmel, and Fallon. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. And you get very, very excited, like the night Big Cat met Josh Allen. You were super excited, Big Cat.
It was.
Energy.
It was.
Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the two of you are the cure. No placebo. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. And PFT, congrats to you on landing Fat Debo. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. We love you as our leaders. You are balanced and always fair. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. And PFT, also congrats on the new transplants of your long, luscious hair.
Thank you.
Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. In the podcasting world, the two of you just seem to thrive. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. But PFT, what makes you think you can buy a farm and keep livestock alive? You're going to kill them. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. We love the hot seat, cool throne, the numbers, and even guys on chicks. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. And now that you both turned 40, you better start rubbing that Roxone on your little fucking dicks. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Look, your humor's pretty basic, consisting of farts and big boobs. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. And now that you're both 40, welcome to the world of gray pubes. They're wiry. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Yes, the two of you are getting older, brittle bones and weak, discolored pee. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Big Cat can't even run 40 yards without getting a boo-boo on his knee.
Facts.
Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. You need to treat longtime fantasy managers with respect, and you better be cautious. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. You can't just treat them like Trump treats Zelensky in the Oval Office.
Topical.
He didn't wear a suit. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Look, we all love your podcast. Some would even say it's the best. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. But you should really treat your fantasy managers better, especially when they are a very, 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 very special guest. So Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. You need to take a long, hard look at yourselves, Sheffy and me. Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT, Big Cat PFT. Because if you disrespect your fantasy manager, he might just break your IUD. I'll take my answer off the air.
Noted. He hung up.
That was great.
That was great.
I think that's the best poem.
Yeah, and I also think, listen, I think this was a very instructive session that we had with Jerry and Schefty, and I think that Schefty asked some great questions. Jerry did a lot better in the interview than I thought he would.
I like that he fought back a little bit.
Yeah.
And he kind of blackmailed Schefty. He's like, yeah, I'll work with you, but you're going to be under the investigation for many, many computer charges.
Yeah, it will cost you your entire life, but we could work together. All right. Well, that was Jerry O'Connell and Adam Schefter.
Deep web shit.
Great interview.
Jerry O'Connell is brought to you by Fast Growing Trees. Did you know that Fast Growing Trees are the biggest online nursery in the United States with thousands of different plants and over 2 million happy customers? They have all the plants your yard needs. They got fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering trees, shrubs, and so much more. Whatever plants you're interested in, Fast Growing Trees has you covered. Find the perfect fit for your climate and your space. Fast Growing Trees makes it easy to get your dream yard. Order online and get your plants delivered directly to your door in just a few days without ever leaving home. Their Live and Thrive guarantee ensures that your plants arrive happy and healthy, plus get support from trained plant experts on call to help you plant your landscape. Choose the right plants and learn how to care for them. Fast Growing Trees is incredible. If I get that farm, I am going to be ordering so much stuff from Fast Growing Trees. I am going to be out there like a demon planting. It's planting season. Get involved. I want to see some great yards from AWLs. This spring, they have the best deals for your yard, up to half off on select plants and other deals. And listeners to our show get 15% off their first purchase when using the code PMT at checkout. That's an additional 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com using code PMT at checkout, fastgrowingtrees.com, code PMT. Now's the perfect time to plant. Use PMT to save today. Hank, what's your favorite type of plant that you can grow in your yard? I've got two.
Bonsai tree.
Bonsai tree. Don't you keep a bonsai tree like in a self-contained environment? I guess you could plant one in the yard. Very therapeutic to take care of. Big Cat, what's your favorite plant?
My favorite plant is, how about like a good oak tree?
That's a good tree. Yeah, could last for hundreds of years.
I ordered a bunch of plants from this place. I'm going to really make an effort to be a plant guy.
You're going to be a gardener? You got a green thumb?
Well, obviously I don't have a garden, but in my apartment.
You got a sill?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of...
it's just a lot of pressure because, if you are a dead plant guy, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, it's a very
red
bad
flag.
sign.
I like dahlias, and I like lantana. It's a member of the mint family, but it's got flowers. Really covers all your bases.
Love that.
Offers valid for a limited time, but you can get an additional 15% off your first purchase when you use code PMT at checkout. That's an additional 15% off at fastgrowingtrees.com when you use promo code PMT at checkout. Fastgrowingtrees.com, promo code PMT. And now here's our very good friend, Sean McVay.
Okay, we now welcome on a very, very, very special guest. He is our good friend, Super Bowl head coach, Super Bowl winning head coach, Sean McVay. Coach, first of all, thank you for joining us. Let's start, though, with I saw a quote that you didn't go to the Combine this year. I think you haven't gone to the Combine for a couple of years because you trust your scouts. Now, I believe that, but is there also part of you that just didn't want to run into us two idiots and have to have like a stupid conversation at Prime 47 where we like judge your beard? Because that would be fine. That's totally fair if you didn't want to see us.
The insecurity that conversation left me with was a very real thing. Thinning hair, beard. I'm getting PRP shots now thanks to you guys. But that is a small part, Big Cat. I can't lie.
Yeah, so we ran you out of Indy. But there's a real question in this, in the scouting part. As a head coach, how much does the actual Combine and the metrics that you guys collect from there matter when you're analyzing a player? Like, can it really be, this guy showed flashes that we didn't see on tape, now we're going to consider him differently?
It's the workout part is a really small portion for me, at least. I think it's led to some misevaluations. The tape is the biggest guide. What I do think the Combine's beneficial for is the medical checks. You get a lot of stuff in terms of the medical checks. And then the other thing is what we used to do when we would go is you spend those 15-minute increments where you're able to just get a feel for their football acumen when you put their tape on. How are you, coach? You don't want to necessarily punish them for not being exposed to maybe some of the things other guys are, but the meetings can be beneficial. But I do think that that 15-minute window is too short of a time to really get a feel for a human being. So the vetting over the course of their careers, the tape and the medical are the things that are the most important guiding principles for us.
Yeah. Did you have any specific questions you used to ask guys in those 15 minutes to try to get a feel for who they are?
I think the best thing, and a lot of this because of some of the shortcomings I've had, is, hey, what's the biggest adversity you faced and how did you bounce back from it? And you don't want to punish guys for not having gone through it, but I'm such a big believer just based on the course of things that have occurred professionally for me or even personally, that even though the most challenging moments, they felt like the worst thing when you're in them, you look back on them and you're saying, I don't know where I would be without what those lessons and those tough times taught me. And if people have shown a consistent ability to be able to respond and use adversity to kind of catapult themselves forward and it doesn't break them, that means a whole hell of a lot to me.
Yeah. Do you judge a man by his handshake?
Yeah, I think so, right? I mean, there is a part of it that you can feel. I mean, there's a couple of these guys, they feel like you're going to break your hand. So it definitely leaves an impression. I mean, if you give me that limp, handshake, I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
But on the other hand, it's kind of become like an arms race. Ever since people were like, oh yeah, Adrian Peterson, he'll break your hand off with a handshake. I feel like guys go into the handshake now thinking about really squeezing, and it's not like a natural squeeze. It's like, I'm going to try to impress him with my grip strength right now.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys do?
Well, so I'm dealing with an issue for the last 3 months. I have a broken pinky. And so every time I shake someone's hand, it's like, I'm just like, it's a 50-50 shot whether they'll hit the right spot where I'm just like screaming in pain internally. But I also don't want to give a bad handshake. So I go in strong. What would you grade me if we were in the Combine? I was like, hey, listen,
honestly, man. I would probably transition to a half dap kind of bro hug.
I do try to dap a little bit more, but it's just like.
That way, then it's still not impersonal. But I mean, I've been in those situations where you get some of those handshakes and it sends a shockwave through your whole fucking body.
Yeah. Right. And then I have that, and I judge myself. Like, if I give a bad handshake, I'm upset at myself. And it sticks with me for a little bit where I'm like, man,
I fucked that up.
I fucked that up, and that guy probably thinks I'm such a pussy. So
Abby, what's the last time when you thought that yourself and then you felt the other guy thinking that same exact thing?
Oh, yeah. You do the like look away. Because you know that you screwed it up.
Yeah.
Now you can't even make eye contact because he's thinking you're a pussy too.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I judge mostly based on the clamminess of the handshake.
That too.
Like how much moisture is on the other end of it. Because that tells you that the palms don't lie. It's like you can squeeze as hard as you want. But if you're sweating, I know that you're a little bit nervous. If I was a prospect, I would just go in for a hug and a kiss with the coach.
Yeah.
I would just be like,
That's strong.
Come here, give me a smooch.
Yeah, give me a quick kiss. All right.
Hey, that'd certainly leave an impression.
Yeah, it absolutely would. You wouldn't forget that guy. So the big news, obviously, last week, Matthew Stafford sticking with the Rams. How long was that conversation when he came to the facility and you're like, hey, let's just do this? Because I think we all assumed that was going to happen, but there was a little bit of time there where it was kind of up in the air and there's rumors going around, ski trips, whatever. But how quickly were you able to just be like, hey, we need you here. We want you here. You still got football left.
That was consistent throughout. You know, the Yellowstone, I'm kind of upset I wasn't there with, for the ski trip. That was a pretty, that's a who's who over there.
Yeah.
But I would say this. That was always the end goal in mind, trying to figure out, hey, how do we get this guy back? What I do think is good, and honestly, and I've kind of talked about it, the biggest thing to me was that was always what we wanted. Matthew knew that. I'm so glad that it ended up where it did. But the most important thing is when you're making these commitments, and he's such a central part of where we want to go, and he's got such a positive influence on his teammates, him feeling good about it, and Kelly feeling good about it, and really collectively us all understanding, hey, here's where we were at. Let's have some, good conversations. And there's never been anybody that I really loved and cared about that you couldn't have like real conversations with. And I think we understood that we might not always see eye to eye on some different things, but I think we were closer as a result of going through it, even though there was some stuff where you're out there and it became so public where you're at the gym and shoot, the music's going, but you have one of these stations on and that's all they're talking about. And you're thinking they're showing these highlights and stuff. And I'm thinking, man, I would be a real dumbass if we let this guy go.
Yeah.
So, but it was good. It was a couple hours, but it was more of a formality and making sure that everybody felt good about the direction we're going. And I will say it was a great meeting and I felt that it was some uncomfortable weeks, but where it's at, I think we're better as a result of it. I know I at least feel that way. And from my understanding, I think Matthew and his family does as well.
So you mentioned Kelly. Do you have anyone in the analytics department that listens to her podcast to try to be like, all right, here's where the negotiation might go? Like she's kind of tipping her hand a little bit. Do you have anyone who's studying that?
I haven't had anybody study that.
Okay.
We haven't had that.
Yeah.
We got a guy that does it. Jerry O'Connell. He's got all the information on that.
Yes.
But
Nice.
you're a smart guy. If you're going to be trying to convince Matt Stafford to play for your team, you take him someplace warm. You take him to Cabo. You don't take him up in the mountains on a ski trip.
Yeah, was that a ain't no fun when the rabbits got the gun moment where it's like, oh shit, I remember this. It's, vacation, bump into someone.
There were some nervous vibes. I thought, oh, this feels familiar. But the difference was we didn't give him permission to actually be traded. We gave him permission for his agent to talk to some other teams.
Yeah.
That was different than the parameters around Detroit.
Right.
And so I'm damn glad that we're talking about him being a Ram. Otherwise, it would be a real different feeling that I would have right now. I don't think I'd have the courage to come on and talk to you guys. It would be bad.
Well, no, it'd be interesting because you'd probably be having Aaron Rodgers come in, and then we'd have a whole bunch of things to talk about in that case.
Yeah.
So there's another guy, Cooper Kupp, great player. But he might be playing in a different place next year, but I think you guys it's kind of the same situation, right? Where it's like if he doesn't find someplace, if you guys don't find a good deal or whatever, there's a chance he could be a Ram next year too. Is that fair to say?
I would say probably not. This is a little bit different. This guy has been such a powerful influence, impact player, but also person. And his rookie year coincides with my first year as a head coach. I would say this, in the 8 years going into year 9, there hasn't been a more challenging circumstance that you have to navigate relative to knowing that the most likely outcome is we're parting ways with him. he's a legacy Ram. He's done so many incredible things. I mean, you look at how instrumental he's been in all things that are right about the Rams. He's at the center of that. And that hasn't been fun, but he's been a real one throughout it. And sometimes these tough conversations are real things, but forever grateful for what he's done over these 8 years. And he's got good football left in him for sure.
Yeah, so the human element of that obviously sucks. It's part of the job. Do you find yourself, though, like, I think that if I were in your position, I would just send a stray text to Cooper Kupp and just be like, I love you, bro. Like shit like that, where you get in your feelings a little bit. Do you ever find yourself doing that?
Yeah, and I'll say this, though, like in all seriousness, the thing that when I look back on, all right, let's make sure you learn from your mistakes. Like early on, you're 30 years old as a head coach, you're naturally thrust into a role where you have to make hard decisions that you can't accommodate everybody. But I was so worried in a lot of those instances of still trying to be liked and respected. I think you get better at being able to, with an empathy, but an honesty and a direct, communication in regards to, hey, this sucks, with careful consideration. I've been wrong before. I could be wrong again, but this is what we think is best for the collective, even though it might not suit an individual. But yeah, you're in your feelings. I love this guy. And I mean, what's crazy is this guy's changed my life for the better. I'm a better coach. I've gotten opportunities. There's been financial things that have come my way, and he's been an instrumental part of all those blessings that this game has brought. And he's been, one of the main guys that's been a positive influence. So there's a lot of emotions that goes into that. But I do think that the friendship, the relationship we formed over time, while it might be where I'd be pissed off if I was him too, hopefully as time goes, there's at least an appreciation that, hey, not easy, but kind of we've had good communication, and there'll be a lot of appreciation and gratitude when you look back on the time spent together.
You mentioned something there that's interesting because I just knowing you for, I think the first time we had you on was like 6 or 7 years ago, and knowing you, I can feel it that you have gotten a lot more comfortable in the role, where maybe when you first started, it was like, I have to do what the image of a coach is. I can't really be myself. And it feels like you're a lot more comfortable being yourself. Was there a moment, was it winning the Super Bowl, or was it before that, where you're like, hey, look, I'm really good at this. I don't have to be someone else's vision of a coach. I'm just going to be Sean McVay.
Yeah. And, I don't know if it's as much that, Big Cat, as much as it's just, growing up as a man. You're 30 years old when you get hired, and you're really figuring out, okay, through good things and then through failures, like, what are you really about? How are you foundationally built? Like, what's the shit that really matters in terms of how you positively impact people, but how you handle hard times, how you handle hard conversations with an empathy and an appreciation, how you enjoy it. I think sometimes not taking yourself so seriously too. I think it was part of, just coming into that dynamic. But I think a lot of the failures or mistakes I've made through 8 years, where people give you grace, but you're saying, all right, if you really mean like you want to take accountability, it's okay. People make mistakes, but learn from it. Like, really apply those learning lessons with, all the things, whether it's football related, most importantly, relational, how you are as a father, as a husband, all those things. And I do think, I'll say this too, and this, like, having a kid has just brought such a purpose and a perspective into my life that I just didn't have before. I realized how freaking selfish I was, before this ended up happening. It's been the biggest blessing ever.
Yeah, having kids, I try to tell, I mean, it's obviously very difficult, but there is a superpower that comes with it, where things that felt important before just roll off your back, because you're like, this is not important. And it's the way best I describe it is, you live the first however many years of your life where you're the main character in your movie, and then a kid shows up and you're like, no, you're the main character in my movie now. Like, you're the main character that everything revolves around. So it totally changes it.
It's so true, though. And it's funny when you say that, too. Like, you think about probably the enjoyment you guys have working with each other and the rest of your group, and what it's become when it's about, I don't want to let people down. Like, it's the same thing in coaching. I can think about, like, when it's been the most pure, like when we were in the midst of going and trying to win a Super Bowl in 21, where we get into the playoffs. I genuinely felt in the midst of that, I wanted it more for Whitworth, Aaron Donald, Stafford, Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, Odell, our coaches, Von Miller. Like, and that is where you're much more fulfilled. It almost takes a pressure off, where it's like, it's not about your selfish ambitions. I want to do it because I don't want to let that other guy down. And it's wild how it's almost like a weight is alleviated.
Yeah.
Whereas when you feel like, man, this shit's more about you than you'd ever like to know anybody to, like you don't say it out loud and you know how to say the right things, but you know what you're feeling. That's the best thing I can put about like my son and my wife. And when you apply those things in all parts of your life, man, there's where real fulfillment. It's not perfect, but it's a much better way to live to me.
Yeah. Do you ever think to yourself, like 30 years old, what were they thinking hiring a 30-year-old to be a head coach? Like being this old now and thinking about how young you were back then. When I was 30, I was a completely different human being.
Yeah.
Yes, I tell that to Stan Kroenke all the time. I said, what the hell were you thinking hiring me as a 30-year-old? And you know what you realize is like, while you might be ready to do some of the things from a leadership perspective, just coaching wise, there still is an emotional toll that takes on you because of the internal pressure you put on yourself. And if you really were to say, though, like, what's the best thing in these 8 years that's happened to me? It was going 5-12 in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it really was because of what that force. Like, I had to get my ass broken down and really exposed on a public level where you're really saying, like, all right, some of these insecurities you have, now you can't hide from them. And you're either going to handle it the way that you would want to advise your son, or you're going to run away from it, and you can conveniently hide behind other opportunities. And so there is no doubt that I say that to Mr. Kroenke all the time, but I'm sure damn glad that he made the decision to do that.
Yeah. Was there a point this year where you did send that text to Aaron Donald and you were like, hey, how are you feeling? Ha ha.
He was at my house for after we had played Minnesota earlier on in the season. It was a Thursday night game. So we had a birthday for my son, Jordan. It was his first birthday. And we were officially those parents that, the 1-year-old, like he really knows it was really us throwing a party for ourselves, acting like, it's for our 1-year-old. But I think I caught a couple vodka sodas too many. And I definitely was trying to convince him of that. And he's like, hey, bro, we've already been down this road, man. You know that's not happening. Like, we got some momentum going right now. What do you think?
Yeah, just hop in.
If I were you, I would do that at least once a week.
Yeah.
Just be like, just emphasize your last
and
message.
he still could. He could still go. I mean, it is, what a stud that guy was.
Yeah, you need to reverse it. You need to just be like, people are saying you're getting fat. Is that true? Like, I heard people saying that. Like, you don't have it anymore. You're not tough.
I think he would know that's just so not true that he wouldn't even respond. That'd be like spitballs on a battleship to him.
I don't know if you saw this quote. I'm sure you did. But Kevin Dotson said that Sean McVay thinks in 4D or something. So the exact quote is, I don't think people can think like him. I think he thinks in 4D or something. He's just thinking in every direction. Do you see in 4D?
I do not, but I did not hear that quote. That's knowing my man K-Dot, he's a stud. I'll take that all day. And that is my guy. Did you see what he did against the Niners on the screen where he took 2 out?
No.
So it went viral, man. We threw like a little inside perimeter or an inside tunnel screen to Nakua, and he ended up pancaking 2 guys on the play. You should check that out. K-Dot was doing his thing. Was against the Niners on Thursday night when we had the shootout win, 12-6.
Yeah, so that game, we obviously watched the whole game. When you get into a game like that, is there a point in the game where you're like, God damn it, this game sucks? Because and you just try to find a way to win it, because it felt like it. You saw it was like punt. You're like, oh, it's going to be one of those games where no one's going to be able to move the ball and you just got to figure out a way to survive.
The answer is it was challenging, but hey, you saying punt, did you see Northern Colorado with the fake punt?
Yes. I told you it'd work. I showed
that in the team meeting. The fucking guys loved it. I said, I'll be damned. Now, it was on 4th down, not 3rd down, I think. But my guy Carter Crutchfield, he spliced that in with us talking about it. And then the fake punt. I thought the guys loved it.
I was so pumped when I saw it. And I was just like, it worked. It worked. The fake punt. I'm telling you.
I swear, hey, you guys got a shout out in the team meeting. But I was like,
awesome.
I'll be damned. That is, we got to find the Northern Colorado coach and say, what was the genesis of this? Did he see this when he brought it up?
I mean, it worked too.
Yeah,
it was a great play.
Yeah,
you think about putting that in the playbook next year?
think
you know
about
what?
it.
You know what that reminded me of? That's like if you saw our Philly game, we ran a fake flea flicker
Yep.
screen to the tight end.
Yep.
It's kind of our version offensively of the fake punt. You
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
good.
a flea flicker? No, now it's a screen.
The
Yeah.
flea flicker check down is always open. You can always get 7 to 12 yards on that.
Mm-hmm.
We've called that play twice, and it's gone for 20 on both of them. One was in an NFC championship in 21, and then the other one was against Philly in the divisional round. But obviously, you know how that one ended.
Yeah, so dumb question about the Philly game. By the way, I was rooting against you because you guys were my pinky team this year. So if you had won the Super Bowl, I would have had to cut off the tip of my pinky. So that game was very nerve-wracking to me because I was like, the Rams, I declare a pinky
What do you mean
team.
we're your pinky? Why the hell would we be your pinky team?
Because it has to be an 0-2 team that has Super Bowl aspirations. I can't just be like, oh, my pinky team's the Panthers this year. So it's basically saying, like, this team's done. You guys were obviously not done. You went on a run. I was starting to get very nervous. That Philly game was as tight could be. But my question is, it's loser talk. But is there part of you that, like, says, hey, we played Philly, the Super Bowl champs, tougher than anyone else in the playoffs? Like we're right there. Do you take any solace in that? Because that's a fan thing to do and a loser thing to do. But I'm wondering if, like, there's a little reality of, like, hey, we were right there.
Well, here's what I would say. The answer is, in some form or fashion, I think human nature, yeah, you watch that and you say, how cool would that have been? Like, here's what I'll tell you. The answer is, in some form, yes, but then you also acknowledge every year's a new year, every week's a new week, shit like that. Philly was a real team, but we did play them well that day, and they made enough plays to be able to win. We had our chances. I was proud as hell of our football team. But the thing that I thought would have been so special is if you got a chance to host the NFC Championship in the midst of everything that our community had done. Like, what I thought was really cool, I wasn't even worried about necessarily winning and losing, but let's represent for the city.
Right.
How we want to play, the competitive toughness, the way that you stay connected and stay together as a team. And those guys did. It was as fun of a team as I've been a part of, where there was real improvement throughout the year. But that was where you say, man, we were so close to being able to host an NFC Championship for the city in spite of everything that's going on. Obviously, Washington was a damn good team. You never know how it's going to play out. But when you watch that, I think naturally you think that, but you also aren't naive to say, like, man, every week's a new week, and you just never know how those matchups are going to unfold in a league that is so matchup oriented week to week.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see Los Angeles showing out there. That brought up something that I think we talked about at the start of the playoffs, which was the Chargers were in the playoffs. You guys were in the playoffs. There was a chance, it was an outside chance, granted, that both the Chargers and the Rams would have hosted the NFC and AFC championship games on the same day. How crazy would that have been? And also, is there a difference between having Harbaugh as the coach of the Chargers and having Staley? Like, are you finding more tins of dip around the team facility that you guys share?
Well, we don't, you know what? We don't actually ever really cross over. They have their own locker room. We have our own locker room. But Harbaugh is a stud. He did a great job. You could see his identity all over that team. That would have been a champagne problem if we were hosting an AFC and NFC championship at SoFi that I think Mr. Kroenke would gladly navigate.
He'd be very happy with that.
Yes.
So let's talk about the acronyms. You've got 2 acronyms over your left shoulder, HEART and FAST. FAST seems pretty familiar to me. I think that's Liam Cohen's. Did you steal FAST from Liam Cohen?
I want to know what that biter said. I want to know. All right, so when he comes on, he's got his acronym. Liam, get your own shit, man.
Well,
I love Liam, but what did he say fast? Fundamentals, attacking, situational, and then toughness.
Yeah,
Situational masters.
Yeah, situational masters. But here's the thing. I don't think you want to take credit for it because it's a terrible acronym. The double words.
Not.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, hold on.
I don't think you know what an acronym is.
Yeah, you don't understand an acronym.
Let me explain. Say that again. I
don't think you know what an acronym. All right, do this. What does F stand for?
F stands for fundamentally sound.
That's 2 words.
That's 2 words. Bad acronym already.
What does S stand for?
You know what? Hey, you know what? How about fundamentals? Let's go.
That's
there.
great.
Fundamentals.
Great. Yeah. That's way better. Way better.
Okay, good.
What about the S?
Situational masters.
Yeah, no, bad acronym.
2 words.
Bad acronym.
1 word.
Well,
hey, You know what? I appreciate you picking it apart. I'm going to go back to work after we get off this call. Make sure it's these one word.
Yeah.
But we do have to figure out a way to have an S or something, maybe.
Speed. You could do speed. It could be football, attacking, speed, toughness. That's fast.
Yeah, but we got to handle the situations. You can't just ignore that. Maybe it's just understood that masters is understood.
Yeah.
Situational.
Can you ever achieve situational mastery though? Like mastery is a big word. You want to strive for it, but I don't think you can ever achieve it.
I think it's like perfection, right? If you come up short, you're still in that excellence category. That's the way I look at it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's not a bad way to look at it. But to be fair, you also stole the standard is the standard from Mike Tomlin.
I'm not afraid to admit it. If Liam gave the appropriate, listen, Mike T, let me just tell you this. Coaches, all the good coaches, they're great thieves. There's nothing that I've said that is original, but if Liam gave the proper reference to, all right, this is maybe what stimulated it, I'm good.
I don't
but
think he did.
But if you act like it's your own, now you're just lying.
Yeah, I don't think he did. And look, you have an acronym above you.
Nah, he did.
No, I don't think he did.
I think it's Liam Cohn's acronym.
Yeah, I think so. Again, you should give it to him. It's a bad acronym.
Fact check this.
It's a bad acronym. Give it to him. You have heart right above you that looks perfect. Humility, energy. What is that?
Accountability, relationships, toughness. That's a better acronym.
That's a better acronym.
I can be coachable. The 2-word thing, it resonates. I got no argument with you guys. I'm going to figure, hey, I know this. The next time you have me on, the backdrop is going to have acronyms with one word associated to each letter. I promise you that.
I love that. How do you go about deciding like what the theme for the team is going to be next year? Is there like a retreat that you go on with your coaches and you're like, let's think of some new weird shit that we can just put all over the walls?
Perhaps, but I would say this. We try to keep consistent messaging. It's all similar types of stuff, but a lot of it is reflective of what have we experienced. And then so much of it is a reflection of, all right, what authentically resonates. Like when I talk to our group, I'm talking to myself first. Like I think that connection, but it's like if you're asking people to do something or if you want to hold up a certain standard and you're not doing it, then you're a fraud. Yeah. So I think the players feel when you're authentically talking about things that resonate and allow you to be at your best, because all we're really trying to do is, hey, man, let's maximize ourselves, the people we're around, and the situations we're a part of. Let's be real people, but let's act, interact, and respond the way that we want. The AIR, all right, is a culture, act, interact, respond. That's a good acronym for you.
Oh, that is good. That is good.
Interact, respond.
I like that.
That's very good.
Culture is your AIR.
Yeah.
Everybody throws out that buzzword culture. Shout out to Shaka Smart. I heard him say that. I'm not going to steal stuff and act like it's my own. I heard him say our culture is how we act, interact, and respond. And I thought, ooh, that's our AIR. I like that. So shout out to Shaka for that.
That's good. That's good.
I'm sure that you've gotten some calls from, I don't know if it's other owners, other GMs that have used you as a sounding board if they're thinking about hiring somebody, whether it be as a coordinator, as a head coach. You don't have to name any names. Has there ever been a time when you'd be like, don't hire that guy?
No, because I think, first of all, because I'm a big believer that you're only calling if we've worked with each other. And so if the guys that have been here, I can authentically vouch for because we've worked together. We've seen what it looks like when shit's hard. And then that would be an admittance of failure on my part if we onboarded somebody that wasn't about that stuff. Yeah. And so all those guys that have gotten calls on, the best part is that you can talk from a genuine place. And it's been awesome to see guys go do their thing. Like I thought what Liam did in Tampa was an incredible job as an OC. And, I'm happy for both Liam and James Gladstone. That's a big loss for us too, because he was like Les's right-hand man. He'll do a good job, man. He's super smart. You guys should get him on the pod sometime.
We met him and we unfortunately didn't realize that he was the GM of the Jags when we met him because he is young. And we're just
he's young.
Yeah, we were like, who's this guy?
He's young.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's wise beyond his years. It's like I was when I was first hired. You're like, I've told you guys the story of when I was doing my second interview where basically, unless you shit yourself, you're getting the job. We go over to Spago's. Have I told you guys this story?
I don't think so.
No.
So basically I get a second interview and it's like you're coming in and it's a formality of Mr. Kroenke meets you. You feel good about this meeting and then, off to the races. Here we go, Rams head coach. But this dinner is at Spago, which is right across the street from the Montage where they put me up. So it's Mr. Kroenke, it's Kevin Demoff, our team president, who now oversees KSE, which is all Kroenke Sports Entertainment, and it's Marshall Falk. Because they wanted to invite a guy that had a bunch of wisdom that would say, like, can you really actually hire a 30-year-old head coach? So it's us four at the table. And Wolfgang Puck comes up to the table. He's a fan of the Rams. He's a fan of Mr. Kroenke. He says, hey, when are we going to hire the new coach? Where's the new coach? Because surely he's thinking, this intern sitting at the table, no way this guy is the leading candidate. And I mean, everybody at that table felt very uncomfortable about how do I navigate this question? But
that's great.
Hey, got the job though.
Yeah, you did. Real quick, I got a couple last questions. The Bears traded for Jonah Jackson. Just say something awesome about him.
He tough, physical. You know what? We didn't miss on him, Big Cat. What we did was we missed on projecting some people to play the center spot. He had some unfortunate injuries where he never had a chance to really get the foundation. This guy's a stud human, stud, physically, mentally tough dude. I'm a big fan of him. He'll do really well for him. There's a reason why Ben wanted him back. You could see the investment in the interior lines trying to make it Detroit and Chicago.
Yeah, and speaking of Ben Johnson, is part of you pissed that everyone's like, man, he's an offensive whiz kid, he's a genius, and he's not a McVay guy? Are you like, how's this possible?
Oh, absolutely jealous. I mean, incredibly. But I will say this, the guy's done a damn good job. I couldn't believe, though. He took a good shot at my boy LaFleur.
Yeah, he did.
I'll be interested to see what that dynamic looks like at the league meetings, man. It's like, oh, shots fired, man. Here we go.
Oh, you got to try to get them together in the picture. You got to put them together in the picture.
That's a good idea. We'll arrange that. But seems like a good dude. I don't know him. You guys have talked to him. You like him?
Yeah, I think he's a very, very smart guy. And he's got like a software coding background where he was telling us that he was like working with data sets and like actually writing code when he first started coaching to like optimize the workflow. Was that something that you ever did? Did you
No,
get
he's way smarter
it?
than me. I mean, the guy has done a damn good job. I'm impressed watching him from afar. This guy's way smarter than my dumb ass.
He also squats 405, no big deal. How much do you squat?
410 then.
Oh, damn. I led you into that.
5 pounds over whatever he's doing.
I like his move,
take
though.
him hey, he's way smarter than me, but I'll take him down.
In the weight room,
I like getting hired and then just immediately taking a shot at somebody.
Yeah.
It's like your first day in prison.
Yeah, why not?
Let people know.
Did you guys ask him about that?
Yeah, we did. He said he doesn't know him.
What did he say?
He's like, I don't know him. I just, want to beat the Packers, so... Yeah, I liked it.
I think it was also out of respect. He was like, he's a great coach, so I want to coach against great coaches.
Yeah.
All right, so see, but that adds a caveat that changes the whole narrative then.
Yeah.
So it's then that's more of a respectful jab. I don't know. You got to get LaFleur on here and see if he took it that way.
We will. We will. All right, I got one last question. It's a rowback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE. 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Rowback.com, promo code TAKE. This has been so much fun. We always love having you on. So I assume there's a little gap in the schedule for vacation. How do you plan where you're going on vacation? Are you like, all right, where's Joey Bosa going? Where's Devontae Adams going? Is that how you do your vacation, where you tell your wife, you're like, wait, we got to see where our next free agent is going to be going, and then we'll bump into him?
Absolutely. That is exactly what we do. We say, how do we figure out to time it up to go to a cool spot? We might conveniently run into a position of need for us where a great player might be available. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
That's smart. That's smart.
My last question, can you just remind our listeners, because we've talked about the standard being the standard, and we brought it up earlier. It was originally a Mike Tomlin thing. He probably stole it from somebody else, though, because that's how coaches work. They hear something.
I can see Mike T making it. Mike T's pretty, that might be a Mike T-ism.
Yeah, can you explain what the standard means? Because we know what it means. Like, Big Cat, what's the standard?
It's the standard.
It's the standard. But can you explain to those of us who might not fully understand it, what does that mean?
It's the standard.
You got it.
Great answer.
Okay.
Great answer. Right. You understand it.
That I do.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Always great having you on. And best of luck in free agency and the draft.
No, hey, I appreciate it. Always enjoy doing it with you guys.
Good luck, Coach. And also, the beard looks great.
Beard looks awesome.
It does look good.
Thank you so much. Hey, thank you for leading me to PRP.
Yes, we did that.
Sean McVay is brought to you by Proper 12. You've heard of the Irish exit. You slide out of the bar or the party. You don't say goodbye to anyone. You slip away quietly. It can be very satisfying. But this St. Patrick's Day, Proper 12 is celebrating a new trend, the Irish entrance. The Irish entrance is what happens when you show up and you bring the energy with great vibes and a bottle of Proper No. 12 Irish whiskey. The party starts with the Irish entrance, and it simply wouldn't be a proper Irish entrance without Proper 12. The original rich and smooth Proper No. 12 Irish whiskey is a delicious blend of golden grain and single malt, triple distilled, aged 4 years in bourbon barrels because anything else just wouldn't be proper. It's great straight, on the rocks, or in your favorite whiskey cocktail. Make your Irish entrance this St. Patrick's Day with Proper No. 12 Irish whiskey. Sean McVay is also brought to you by Pardon My Cheesesteak. Cheesesteak season. I had a cheesesteak 2 days ago. Delicious, tender, melty. Pardon My Cheesesteak for your game day or late night eats is the best play call that you can make. Pick your favorite cheesesteak made with thin sliced steak, melted provolone, mouth-watering cheese sauce, and caramelized onions on a toasted hoagie roll. Or you can get the popular Big Cat combo and your choice of fries, a cheesesteak, and a drink. This basketball season, this March Madness, you got to plan your meals out because you can get lost. You can get lost on Thursday. You can get lost on Friday. You open your eyes. It's 4 p.m. You look up from the games and you're hungry. You haven't thought about what to have for lunch. Order your Pardon My Cheesesteak at pardonmycheesesteak.com. Use code PMC20 and you get 20% off your order. So we're giving you 20% off. You have to go to pardonmycheesesteak.com and you order with promo code PMC20.
All right, let's wrap up. Fyre Fest of the week. Henry?
Not much. Not a big Fyre festivity week for me. Really, it kind of just happened moments ago in the studio. I successfully was able to catch up to Severance without it getting spoiled.
Yes.
You guys were respectful this time, which I appreciate.
We actually were. Credit to us.
We were, and it's mostly because me and Big Cat are so invested in it that we feel we have sympathy for what you're going through, because if anyone were to spoil it for us, we would be furious.
Also, it's a little different because this is a show that's actually going on, and the thing that you claim we spoiled for you was a show that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, it was more than this. I told you I was enjoying the show.
Yeah,
with you guys.
yeah, a little different.
That's the past.
Little different.
Past is the past. This was different.
We respect spoilers in real-time television.
Yeah, as you should. But I took me a while as a slow burn. You know, watch an episode a night, didn't really know what was going on until like halfway through the first season. Then I got fully addicted, burned through season 2. I'm already rewatching it. And then we were talking about it, theories and stuff before, and you dropped the bomb on me that there was 3 years in between seasons.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this was...
There's one episode left in the season, right?
Yeah.
I
think there's 3 episodes left.
Oh, thank God. I was going to say, that's a Fyre Fest if I've been so... like addicted to this, and I'm gonna have to wait 3 years now.
It's a tricky game to play. So PFT has been watching it for a couple years. I watched season 1 of Severance like 3 months ago.
I started it. I watched it a year ago.
Okay,
so just a year.
Yeah, and then I looked up and I was like, when is the next season? It's like, oh, it's happening in 2 months. And then someone told me that the people who watched the show from season 1 had to wait 2 to 3 years for season 2. That's so brutal.
I
don't
watched
know.
it week by week from season 1.
You did?
From the first from the first episode, I watched it week by week.
Did you rewatch?
No.
I don't like you in this seat, by the way.
Meme's got his wisdom teeth out, so I'm here.
Okay. But yeah, so this is my big... I like binging shows. I like just diving right into them. I don't know how people can watch a show. Like, I gave up on House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Because I watched the first season, and then it was 4 years, and I was like, I don't remember fucking shit. I'm out.
Yeah. Severance is the rare show that is... The first, 4 episodes are so complicated and convoluted.
It's very like Game of Thrones.
You don't know what the fuck is going on, but you can identify, this is a pretty good show. I just don't understand anything.
I think The Wire's like that too. Well, it's like when there's so many storylines, when you're watching the beginning of it, you're like, how does this connect? And then once it all connects, it makes it like the greatest show of all time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's an awesome show.
But
look at us talking TV.
Yeah. Praise Kier.
We do everything. I always praise Kier.
I might be rooting for Kier.
Got to.
I want to see what that guy's got going on.
Got to. Yeah.
I think they're bringing Kier back.
Kier's good for the league.
I think Kier might be God.
Kier.
Listen, you need Kier.
Kier gets ratings.
You need a guy like Kier. Yeah, somebody that you can point at and say, that's the bad guy.
Like, you might not like the Chiefs,
the good guy.
But the Chiefs are on Monday Night Football. You're watching. Yeah. That's Kier.
Yep.
All right. Well, congrats, Hank. Way to go. Way to get up to speed. Anything else?
Thanks for the congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats, you watch a TV show.
Yeah, no, it is.
I'm proud
Congrats.
of you.
Thank you.
This is my zone. This is my time of the year. This is like my only time of the year where I can catch up on TV shows. So I've been all in. And White Lotus.
So I'm pretty good about Severance in terms of knowing that it's on Apple TV and knowing what streaming service to go to. But most other shows, I'd say I'm batting like 10% in finding the correct app the first time when I'm looking for a show.
I just Google it.
Yeah, Google exists.
Yeah.
Google-
This
but-
is a horrible.
No, but
Yeah.
but back
Wow.
sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like you can trust yourself, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that one's on Hulu.
No,
And then you go there and you're like, fuck, it's not there.
I just go Google because they like for kids shows especially they'll be like Despicable Me's on one thing and Despicable Me 2's on another.
I
So I
just-
always just have to look it up.
I like trying to do it the first time just to see if I'm like, it's a heat check. I'm like, I think I got this.
Yeah.
And I never got that.
Yeah.
Also, since we're talking TV, I just, hat tip Bill Simmons just making an entire documentary about the Celtics.
Did you watch it?
I'm watching it. It's just very, to have that type of power to be like, you know what I want to do?
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. Let's make a full documentary about the Celtics. Like, America will love this.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm
It's
sure you
great.
do. It
But
must be awesome
I
for
am
you.
watching it. I'm like, that's power.
Yeah, that is power.
It is, yeah.
That's big time power.
As a Boston sports fan,
just like-
he's done
Big time power.
He's produced more porn than anybody else.
Yeah. If it was a documentary about any other team, I'd be like, only Celtics fans are watching.
Right.
What obscure or more obscure than the Celtics, but what other Boston sports story would you like to see Bill Simmons make a documentary about?
Ooh. I don't know. He's made a lot of them.
He might have
Yeah.
done all of them.
I mean, a good Patriots one from him would be good.
Like a counterbalance to the most recent one.
Yeah.
What was it called?
I even forget what the
Dynasty?
Dynasty.
Yeah. Apple TV. Well, that one was made by Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that Netflix also is doing a like Genie Bus show?
Oh.
No.
Kate Hudson is
Wait.
the owner of the Los Angeles Waves, which
Is it going to be salacious?
Wait, so
sounds
they're
like
just
it.
doing the Showtime show that they canceled?
I think it's very
That was HBO.
loosely. It's
Oh.
very loosely based
Archives.
off of. It's basically just a woman's father dies and then she takes over the team.
Got it.
It's like a sitcom almost.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there
Chet
too much?
Yes, Chet Hanks. Is
Oh,
like a,
I'm in.
He's like a very main character in the show.
I'm in.
Too much
100%.
TV? I feel like there is.
I-
Chet Hank, does Your Honor have another episode, a season?
I don't know. That's one that should have been just one season.
I just forget about all of these things, and then like, oh yeah, this is coming back, and I don't remember anything that happened.
Chet Hayes should make his own streaming app. It's just any show he's in.
He also is the biggest asshole douchebag ever in the show.
No way.
Oh.
Shut up. Shut the fuck up,
I know.
Max.
I know.
They should make I think they already did do a Bob Marley biopic, but they should do another one where Chet Hanks plays Bob Marley.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
All right.
All right, what's your Fyre Fest?
My Fyre Fest of the week is I spent yesterday morning building a flight simulator in one of our studios here, and it's pretty much good to go. And I just know that I'm basically never going to go home now.
Yeah.
Because I've got everything that I need within these walls.
This kind of segues in my Fyre Fest because we were the Barstool After Dark. We were doing it on Tuesday night. We can talk about it in a second, but I was asking Tate like what's next, and I think you're doing something next week with the flight simulator. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit that he's doing his favorite thing.
Well, it's one of
I
those
know
things
there's
where
other wrinkles. It sounds like an awesome stream.
It's my-
but I was like, shit, you could just do your favorite thing?
Well, you love to eat.
Not the way we ate.
No, but you're not going to love the way I flight sim.
Not the way we ate. I was saying it would be like
There
if I
wasn't
said,
much difference between that and like a Sunday when. It's
oh,
just
no.
like, shut up,
Shut up, Hank.
up,
You would never
Neil.
fucking do it. No, I was saying a comparable one is if I was just like, I'm doing a stream and I can't leave until I win this many bets.
I'm
I'd
gonna
be like, that's what I'm going to do on a Tuesday night anyway.
I'm gonna flight sim till I puke.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an overdose of flight
No,
simulator.
it's a hat tip. It's not like this. It's like that was
Yeah.
smart of you.
It's a relatively intricate flight sim that I built with the help of Sam and Spider, and it's a Boeing flight sim. And I'm thinking, yeah, exactly. I was thinking that maybe Boeing might be interested in sponsoring our flight simulator because they've had a lot of bad PR. it would be one way for us to actually. Everyone's just going to crash.
Yeah, we're gonna crash. How hard will it? I want to get on the simulator. How hard will it be to like learn it?
Not that hard.
I love it.
I don't think.
Love it.
Only rule. I've got one rule for the flight sim. Because you got a map of the entire United States. You can fly planes anywhere you want. It's very realistic. No 9/11s.
Okay.
If you do a 9/11, you're suspended.
I love that.
You're kicked out.
I think that's
not
fair.
even once.
I feel like that's fair.
Not even one tower.
No,
There's only one tower left.
Well,
They built the new tower. It's just one tower. I would
True.
assume they don't have
I didn't know if it was
retro.
like you have to
I
do
don't think
both for it to
I don't think they have
qualify.
retro.
I don't think so. No, but
Yeah.
they should have a mission where you can go back and be Mark Wahlberg and
Yeah.
stop. You can stop 9/11.
That would
from
be
happening
sick. That would be sick.
if you'd want to do that. But no, I'm pretty pumped up about it. We got a stream coming on Tuesday that I'm excited about. But yeah, now that thing's built, it's like I'm going to go home to sleep, and that's
Yeah.
about it. Everything I need is in these walls.
You should get severed,
I might get severed.
but severed to just go home.
The other thing is, yeah,
You're just you here.
I'm not very good at the flight simulator. I just
That's
really
impossible.
I just like doing it.
Who cares? Who cares?
What, do you think it's not possible?
Yeah, 10,000 hours.
I don't know if I got 10,000 hours doing that.
What if you include your phone?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what if you include the phone?
That's only on Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
I've never been good at any of the video games I play. They're still fun.
They're still fun, yeah.
All right, but yeah, my Fyre Fest is Max and I on Tuesday night for anyone who tuned in, Barstool After Dark. We did the Doug Challenge. I still don't really feel good physically. We went to
What were your stats?
So we went to 15. So
Your
people,
personal stats.
Yeah, so people don't know the Doug Challenge. You
Why is it
have
called
to.
Doug?
I think that's the guy who created it.
I can pull up his stats.
Yeah, so he went to the challenge is you got to get in a car. You're a team of 4. So it's me, Max, Kadick, and Tate, and you have to go to a drive-through, and you have to say, "I'll have exactly what the last person through the drive-through ordered." And you have to go to as many restaurants as you can. The record is 15. So it is a perfect challenge in the fact that you're just gambling every time you go through the drive-through. And if they have, like, the first place we went to was Taco Bell, and the person in front of us had 1 medium cheesy potatoes, and that was
That's
like
easy.
hitting the jackpot. But yeah, it ended with Max and I and everyone puking in the parking lot in Glen Ellen at like 12:30 at night. And I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I here? I was just puking up milkshake. But yeah, this I think I have what Max. Do you have what you ate?
I have both of ours up.
All right, so read it.
Yeah.
Which one would you like me to read
Mine
first?
is not
Big
up.
Cat.
You can read mine. That's fine. I started. So we did it strategy wise. It was like you eat until you're full and then you pass it off. So I started the challenge. Go ahead.
Big Cat ate Taco Bell cheesy potatoes, Panera mac and cheese, Panera strawberry banana smoothie, and a baguette. Steak and Shake single burger, a Steak and Shake double burger, side of fries. A McDonald's caramel frappe, a large Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshake, a large Sonic chocolate shake, 3/4 of a Wendy's chocolate frosty, a quarter of a Dunkin' mango, whatever the fuck that was,
That one hurt my chest.
and 1 attempt at Raising Cane's lemonade.
Yeah, I didn't even get it. Where did we get the lemonade?
So where was the original Doug? Where's he from?
I don't know.
Because I feel like doing it in Chicago is expert level.
Yeah, I mean, we were thinking about going to Portillo's, and we're like, Portillo's could fuck us. Like, you could just get absolutely like crushed by
like,
someone getting like a couple beefs.
You could do the Doug challenge pretty easily, I would think, in like Seattle or Los Angeles.
There are rules though. You
go
have
to the Midwest, and they like their food.
Yeah, there are rules, like you can only go 1 drink place, you can only go 2 dessert places, you have to go to a KFC, you can only repeat 1 place twice. But what happened to me is I got full, but no matter how full I am, I can always eat ice cream. So I just became, they were calling me the guzzler in the chat.
Yeah, it's like that video with like rocks when they're like, this glass seems full, but then you pour the sand in and it fills up the cracks. Like that's you with food and milkshakes.
Yeah, with milkshakes.
You can just always pour.
I was
milkshakes.
full of food. I was full of food after like the 4th
Fill in the
restaurant.
cracks.
But the milkshakes, like every time we'd get a milkshake, people were like, oh, who's going to do it? It's like, I got it. Don't worry. And Max, what did you eat? Max, Max, the KFC when Max he was like, there's so much chicken.
The KFC bucket was tough. I had to lead the KFC bucket, which was probably the most difficult meal of the night. But I'll just go with my full list. A Starbucks lemonade, a third of a McDonald's frappe, a half-pound Arby's beef, a 5-piece bucket from KFC.
What's in that? Like two, like
I
a
had
couple
drumsticks,
legs?
yeah.
3 drumsticks and 2 thighs. A spicy chicken deluxe sandwich with fries from chicken deluxe sandwich with fries from Chick-fil-A. A half of a chocolate Frosty, a Dunkin' chocolate Long John donut, and 1.5 White Castle double doubles.
And Max, the end of the night, we finished 15, 16 is the record. We go to Raising Cane's. We love Raising Cane's. And as the guzzler, we like split up. We're like, all right, we're gonna try this. We were in terrible shape. And I was like, all right, I'm going to try to drink this lemonade. I'll let you know. As soon as I take a sip, I'll let you know if I can do this or not. I didn't even take a sip. Just the action of the straw hitting my lips, it was over. So I puked. Kadick puked. Tate puked. Max didn't puke because there was a cop watching us, and we thought the cop was going to pull us over and be like, you guys just puked like
Thinks you're drunk.
7 gallons in a parking lot. You're under arrest, which is stupid in hindsight. Like, what are you going to do? So we all puked. We get back in the car to go home because once you puke, you're out. And we're just sitting there. We're like, we could go to a McDonald's right now. Like, we feel good. And Max was getting so mad that he hadn't puked that we had to pull over on the highway at 1 a.m. for him to puke. Because he was like, this is bullshit. You guys puked and I didn't.
It is funny, though, if a cop sees like 5 dudes puking in a parking lot, they would come up, they'd be like, okay, suspicion of DUI.
Yeah.
And then they give you a sobriety test, and you would probably fail just from being too full.
Yeah, well, my plan was if the cop came up to us, I'd been like, dude, open up the van. There was 15 fast food bags sitting in the van because we were saving them all. And it was just... Yeah, I'm too old for this shit, but it was fun. It was one of those challenges that afterwards, Max, I don't know if you had the same feeling because it was hell during it, but afterwards I was like, part of me was like, maybe I just get rid of my family, like leave my family and just go in a van with the boys and just eat all the time. Like that could be my new life.
It was a fun stream.
Yeah.
Too,
we're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, at least a year.
Yeah,
at least
a year. But we're gonna have to do it again. And you could get screwed. Like if we had gone to Taco Bell and it was a party pack of tacos, we would have been out after the first one.
Yeah, the KFC one seems like it was tough. White Castle, what a twist on White Castle. You think that they're gonna get the tiny little burgers. They get the double doubles.
Kadick ate a shitload of stuff too. He was just housing things. The White Castle.
I have Kadick's list here too.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Kadick had a Popeye's fish sandwich, 5 tenders, biscuit, red beans and rice, an Arby's chicken sandwich, large crinkle fry, 3 pieces of the KFC bucket, a McDonald's third of a caramel frat, Diet Coke, Chick-fil-A fry, and 3/4 of a mango refresher.
It was something. It was it was fun, but it was also torture because you're just stuck in a van just eating everything. And we'll have to do it again, Max. We'll have to do it again. The Doug challenge.
Yeah. I promised my mom I would never do it again, but I feel
like you do that with your mom weekly.
Oh yeah.
Also,
that's just like a weekly. It's like
also,
going to confessional.
Die.
Also, the craziest move of the whole night was we were sitting in the van, and like I said, we were going shifts. So I started eating, and then I think Kadick went second. So Max had not had a bite of food.
He was hangry.
And he just started ripping farts in the back of the van. Had not had a piece of food.
Were you allowed to indulge in some extracurricular activities to make you more hungry?
Nope. You could have, I guess.
We didn't. I was smoking cigarettes.
That rocks.
I said I would have puked immediately if I
just needed something to like digest. I was just like, I was so uncomfortable. Like my body was so uncomfortable. I felt like I had ice cream coming out of my nose. My nose started to run from being full.
You got a nosebleed?
Yeah, I literally
from eating too much food?
I was blowing my nose. I was just like, this is crazy. I can't keep all the liquid inside.
I had to take a shit at a gas station at one point. No toilet paper. Had to use paper towels.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Tune in to Barstool After Dark. It is a very fun series. Next on Tuesday, PFT is going to be on the flight simulator, and I've heard some of the details, and it's very fun.
I believe Hank's going to be involved. I think we got 10 people. One very special guest that is coming in to participate in the flight simulator. One of the most famous people in the field of aviation, I'd say, in the last 20 years.
Sully.
You sick fuck.
Sully, if you want to join the stream, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm going to crash so many times.
Yeah. So also, we should say quickly, our friend Andy Isaac passed away today. Great dude, great internet guy, diehard Detroit, Michigan State fan. One of those ones where it's like, hey, I tweeted, I think you tweeted something similar at PFT, like, just try to be nice to someone today be as nice to someone today as Andy was to everyone online, which is hard to do because the hell site that is Twitter, but Andy was that every single day.
He was just the most positive person on the internet.
Right.
And he did it all after battling cancer for, I think, 15 years?
It was a long time.
Which is crazy. And it battled back against him, and he was not as healthy as he wanted to be in the last couple of years, but he was still like the nicest guy ever, most positive guy ever. We had the chance to hang out with him a couple times, and he's going to be missed.
Yeah.
And fuck cancer. It sucks.
Fuck cancer. Very rare to have someone in the sports media world just be the most genuinely nice guy, and he was that.
And to be successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was successful while also being nice online.
Yeah. All right. Numbers. Memes is out.
3.
I hope it's 3 so bad. Oh my God, this would be incredible. We all just want it to be 3, right?
Yeah.
I'll go 33. What other numbers does he pick? Pug, you're not on.
99 Pug.
Let me look up pardonmyballs.com.
28.
What does memes usually do?
21.
I think he goes 33 when he can't get 3.
Let's see. Memes.
Right?
He loves doing... 77.
Is his other one?
Oh, no. Well, he's done 99, but we're not going to do that. 77.
Is his other big one?
According to these stats, yes.
All right, so I'm doing 77.
Oh, wait. Pause. No, number 8 is his second. He's done that 11 times. 8.
All right. Are you taking 8?
8.
All right, I'll take 77. Does anyone want to take 33?
I'll take 33.
All right. 83. Shit. You know what? Let's do one more. Let's just do one more for the boys. For the boys. Everyone.
For the boys. 3.
May
For
as
the
well.
boys. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you may
a
as well.
Friday.
Memes has never picked 83.
Okay. I'll stick with 77.
I'll stick with 8.
Hank?
3.
33.
99 Pug.
36.
Love you guys.
You know what? For memes, because he's not here, let's rip a couple more. Let's just do a couple more.
I'll
3.
take 8.
All right. I'll take 77.
99 Pug.
33. Is that what I was saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do 2 more.
2 or 3.
3 more. Let's do 3 more.
21.
Memes would want us to do
Yeah.
a bunch of these. 19. Yeah, memes loves this lottery ball machine. So I think we owe it to him to do at least a couple more. And these all do count as
Yep.
official. All right. Numbers?
I'm going to do 11 this time.
I'll go with 3.
I'll go 33.
I'll go 7.
21.
No, I'll do 8.
99 Pug.
Let's do 8.
44.
14.
14. Memes
It
never
also would
picked
be
that one.
awesome if Jack got it as well.
Yeah.
Like if we got a 3 or if Jack got it, both would be great storylines for this. Shane, you've never gotten it?
I've got it.
Oh, you have? Yeah, I thought you did. Yeah, we got to do one more
Yeah,
for
at
memes.
least one more.
For memes.
If you know what? If one of us gets it, I feel like this is almost like also memes getting it.
Yeah.
Almost.
It won't count.
It's basically memes getting it.
You know what? Can I go 3?
Yeah, you can go 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go 3.
I'll go 17.
I'll do 8.
I'll do 11.
I'll go with 99 Pug.
11?
11! Nice, Max!
Let's go, Max.
Way to
That
go,
counts.
Max. That absolutely
Max.
counts.
That counts.
Way
Congrats,
to
Max.
go, Max.
That's the thing. That's the thing about that.
And wait, you're sitting in Meme's chair.
Oh,
no.
I'm sending share. aren't I?
Oh, man.
Damn.
You know what? I'll call him real quick and just let him know that his
Okay.
boy Max
Yeah.
got it.
FaceTime him so he
Yep.
believes it.
Yeah.
All right.
You're really
also,
good at this, Max.
Also, for the stat, for Pardon My Balls, when they update it, how many of those did we do? 6 or
I
7?
think we did 6.
All 6 of those memes, it should count against Meme's record for not getting it right.
Correct.
Because he didn't get it right
Yeah.
for any of those. All right. Let's see.
I hope his face is
Oh, wait.
swollen.
I didn't FaceTime him. I'll FaceTime him.
It's mean, Max.
That's really mean, Max.
He got his wisdom teeth out.
You're being mean to memes.
Obviously, it has to be swollen. He would make a joke, be like, "Your face is always swollen."
That's true.
That's good memes, yeah.
Hey, memes.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing? Hold on, I'm going to FaceTime you. Hey, memes. Oh, you look good.
Yeah, it's a little swollen on this side.
Yeah. Good news is, well, you want the good news or the bad news?
Who got it?
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
Give me the bad news.
All right. Bad news is 3 didn't come up yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which that's your number. Good news is Max, who's sitting in your seat, got it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he did. Look. 11. He's sitting in your seat, so your seat technically got it, but you still haven't gotten it.
He's gotten it twice.
I've gotten it 3 times now.
3 times.
When has the seat gotten it twice?
I got that seat got it for PFT.
No, that doesn't count.
No,
That doesn't count.
no,
That doesn't count. This is actually the first time your seat has ever picked the number and gotten the number.
Wait, memes, are you saying that you're on the hot seat?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I thought you wanted to know that Max got it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm happy that all you guys keep getting it.
Yeah, it only took us 6 times to get a number today, but he did get it.
Oh, I'm happy for him.
Should we do one more? With
Let's do one more with memes.
Yeah.
One more with
well,
memes.
he can't participate, but he can watch.
Yeah, you can watch.
Yeah.
You can't participate because you're not in the studio. All right, numbers. I'll go 3.
I'll go 77.
I'll go 33.
I'll go 8.
21. 99 Pug.
45. Give me 45.
29. 29. Nice try. You know what? Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more. One more.
Let memes pick one.
No, no. You could
you
pick
can
what you would pick,
Okay.
but it doesn't count.
33.
Okay, that doesn't count though. So someone else want to pick 33?
I'll pick 33.
All right, Max has 33.
Oh, come on.
I'll take 3.
I'll go 8.
99 Pug.
13.
Look at 83. It's just lurking up there.
Hanging. It wants
I've
it.
never seen that.
Oh shit.
It's like Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Now, wait, we got multiple lurking up there.
Was that 50?
25.
25.
25. All right. We love you, memes. We miss you. All right. See ya.
Love you guys.